Why is De Bruyne in that montage? Okay, don't worry, we'll build up. We'll build up. We'll get there because
that was horrible.
We're gonna talk about KDB. We're gonna talk about KDB. Because I think because I've been waiting for this day.
The Zod segment, guys.
Zod is first, right?
I think the host is introducing this whole thing. The KDB.
So guys, segment, man.
So basically, guys. We're going to basically, guys, you have time to get your meals. I think it's only like half an hour to like order a meal. So basically, guys, start ordering now so your meal arrives for the KDB feast. Because guys, I am going to talk about KDB. Yes, I've been waiting for this day for my entire life. Ever since I escaped the womb, I've been waiting for this day. So we'll get to KDB. But before
wow.
But before we're gonna discuss about Germany and we're gonna talk about Germany and Spain, because a lot of stuff has to be said. Because there is a guy that said that that Germany would get destroyed. There was a dude that said Germany would get destroyed and absolutely embarrassed. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is, but someone said. My sorry. My thing slipped. Someone said that Germany would get destroyed.
I said that Germany, Japan.
So I think that a guy is going to do like an apology. I think this is the first time ever in Hungary. A guy has like a double space apology back to back. So we're going to get to Spain, Germany. We'll talk about Musiala, Pedri, a dude called Füllkrug. Yes, Füllkrug, who I repped. I repped Füllkrug and so forth.
You didn't know who he was.
Didn't even know who he was. Didn't even know who he was. Didn't even know who he was.
There's a tweet that says the exact
You called him,
Bro,
you literally call him fuck rock, man. That's what you call him, bro. Like, that's what you call him.
he's just an inverse Zach.
Well, so as I said again, we're gonna. I mean, Füllkrug came through and I repped him. So this is one of the guys I said was
the
a striker
fool,
to look
man.
out for.
The fool.
That's a third evolution Pokemon, bro.
Folklore.
guy, man. Jeez, man.
So guys, like the video, subscribe if you're new, guys. Get a meal, get a drink, guys. We chill, relax, and everything. Get that meal and drink and everything. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and if there's anything you want to add to the show, except if your name is Daddy Uso Talents FC, feel free to use the super chat function. The Dubs keep this channel growing, and I thank you for donations and so forth. Shout out to the streets, the Patreon members, the YouTube members, the haters, all those guys out there. Peace out, stay true, stay real, man. So I don't care how any of you are doing. So I'm gonna go for the stream marker. So let's start with this. RDS, why do you keep betting against Germany?
I actually said
RDS. Why? No. I'll give you the mic. Let me talk, and I'll give you the mic.
Okay, fine. Okay.
RDS, why do you keep betting? So basically, this is a rhetorical question. So you're not supposed to answer. It's not meant to answer.
Okay.
RDS,
You also said that Germany would lose, by the way. But
RDS, what? No, I said draw. My prediction was a draw. I said that Germany will probably lose, but then at the end of the day, I said 2-2.
Okay.
I said 2-2.
Go on. Okay.
Look, see. So my thing here is this. Why can't you just know that you never bet against Germany?
Mm-hmm.
You never bet against Germany. So my thing, though, is can you now realize that Germany had their backs against the wall and they said, what's up? Because, see, this is what I saw in this game. I think the theme of this, after Ardis obviously apologizes, is strikers. Always believe in strikers. The game will never evolve beyond strikers. The only leeway I'll give you is 2012 Spain. How many teams have the likes of pick Iniesta, pick Xavi, pick Fabregas, pick David Silva? They could do that because that was a very unique team. It was a very specific, unique team. If Morata is all you got, you play the damn guy. If the GOAT, Füllkrug, aka Folklore, is there, you start Folklore. If Germany had started the Folklore, I think they'd have gotten a dub. I really believe that they would have gotten a dub. So it is the mistake that they didn't start the Folklore. So before, actually, so Ardes, do you want to apologize now or after? Okay, so Ardes, just get your apology out of the way now so I can come to Hokage and Samasi. So Ardes, get your apology out of the way. Say I'm sorry to Germany for betting against you.
Spain will benefit from it. I think Morata has the potential to. He can be a Raul. I'll say it. He can be a Raul. Because I told him, man, when I see a player has something.
Okay, no, come on, this no. Ardes, that's ridiculous. That is from 3,000 years ago.
Wow.
That's from That's from
Raul,
streets.
Raul
Gonzalez. You are Ardes. You are a shameless good for nothing.
Well, that's your item.
Ardes, that is pathetic.
No, but Morata scoring. It's Morata scoring.
Ardes, that was pathetic.
No, did Morata score today? Morata scored today, so I just.
Are you going to apologize?
Are you going to apologize
to HH was cooking. Is what I'm hearing.
Ardes, are you going to apologize to Germany? Look, Hokage and Samasi are waiting. Ardes, get on with your bomber's apology.
Yeah, the problem is the streets are saying that you really compared Morata to Raul. That's what the streets are saying really right now. So, but anyway, streets, so actually, when I gave my predictions, I said that I thought that Germany and Japan will actually qualify. But yeah,
that's not happening. So,
well, you don't know.
How? No. So you think that Spain's goal difference is going to now be?
It's not about goal. It's not about goal difference. I mean, Japan.
No. Spain are on 4 points.
Yeah,
so
Japan could beat Spain though.
But if they beat Costa Rica,
then Costa Rica will have to beat Germany. So you say that Spain are going to lose to Japan and Costa Rica will beat Germany.
No.
That's not happening.
No, if Germany beats, oh yeah, because of the
So the goal.
Yeah, unless they score 8 goals.
Yeah, so the only way it happens is if they lose to Japan and Costa Rica beats Germany, which ain't happening.
Which would be crazy if they score 8 goals. Right?
No, look, they're through. Spain are through.
They're through. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, this. For me, I don't know if the panel agree. I actually thought this was the best game of the tournament, personally.
Yes,
I actually thought this was the best tournament so far, because it was really good to see both teams with the approaches, and I completely agree with what you said. And I think probably this has been the summary of the tournament in general, that the teams that have had clutch number 9s or strikers, you know, have won the matches for their team. Whether it's obviously Lewandowski,
Richarlison,
Richarlison, etc. Like, but even like the thing is, like, the importance of having a number 9 striker and how the team plays seems to be very, very important in this tournament. And a lot of the smaller teams, respect him, that don't have that have failed. Like Canada, for example. You know, so if they had actually scored that goal against Belgium, we'll get onto later. Like, that would have been a different situation. You know, even Saudi, I would argue, if Saudi had that clutch guy who could have really sort of done. So we're seeing that. But, bro, I mean, this was a game. And
very good game. But let me ask you this: if the folklore had started, do Germany win?
Yeah.
I actually think if they'd started Füllkrug and Sané, because quite frankly, Sané did more in 10 minutes than Gnabry did in 50. So if he started Füllkrug with Musiala and Sané, I think that they would. He probably will do that against Costa Rica, I'd imagine. But I think you also saw the weaknesses on both sides. You know, I think looking at Spain, I'm like, this is why I think that they can go far in this tournament, but I don't think they can win it.
Yeah, because my thing about Spain is, and then I'll get to before I forget, is that that golden generation were very specific in what they were about.
Yeah.
And my thing is that they can't control a game the way that Xavi and Iniesta could.
It's not about controlling the game, because let's be honest, 2010 they had someone like David Villa, like they had a striker.
No, but they still controlled
even 28 the game. they had
but my thing though is that they still control the game. So the thing about Spain though is that without a finisher like a David Villa who can come clutch, they're going to be problematic. And without Iniesta, who just has the intelligence to connect the attack and midfield, they're missing that link in there. So I think Spain, of course, they'll go far, but up against a really big quality team, those you'll now see why Xavi, Iniesta, and Villa were so key. But sorry, Ardes.
Because if you want to keep it stuck, if they come across against more clinical and attackers, like Spain probably will have lost this. Like potentially against the Brazil, when you've got like Vinny, you've got Neymar, even for Richarlison, who is clinical. At least in position, Spain potentially would have lost that game, you know. So especially with the pressing that Germany were doing. Pedri, I don't think anyone's to be said. I'm sure the other guys will talk about Pedri. So, but I can see why this guy is that dude. Like he's certainly in the first half. Second half, not so much, I thought, but definitely in the first half, Pedri was absolutely fantastic.
Yes,
but Musiala, man. Musiala carried Germany.
No.
Okay, Ardes, I don't want to jump ahead.
Yes.
I don't want to jump ahead.
Easy.
But there is a guy called Kevin who should watch us.
Don't do that.
Was doing. Because Ardes, my thing is that Germany were under pressure.
Yeah.
You need someone to show up. When you're under pressure, I need someone to start dribbling. Start move. Just make something. Of course, you lose the ball, but rise up. And Musiala was like, look, he was trying to make things happen.
Yes. I mean, just like obviously Pedri, like the dude's only 19 and he was equally Germany's best player and got Germany back into the game. Just final thoughts, but you know the guy pronounced his name wrong, Sol, whatever.
No. Jamal has it right. His name is Sul. Jamal has it right. From now, until this guy knows how to defend and applies a brain, he will be called Sul.
Sul, okay.
Sul. His name is Sul.
We'll call him Sul now because the guy. They were actually. I remember there was someone United fans like you saying they wanted him at the Manchester Football Club, and I was like, this guy is a beast.
That's a bullet. That's a bullet, bro.
I was like, no. First of all, he played.
No, Maguire's better, bro.
No.
Of course he is.
Wait. This is what the guy did. It's like this guy. he had a double whammy. First of all, he played Olmo onside.
Yes,
who received the ball.
Yeah.
Then Olmo passed the ball, and he literally reacted about 5,000 years after Morata moved for the goal. So he actually made 2 mistakes. But I mean,
the guy, no, it was bad. If they can replace him, and obviously start the forwards that we said, then I think Germany could potentially do. It's going to be difficult for them to go to get the group, but they can do something. So, but yeah, ultimately, really good game.
Hokage, both of your teams are alive. Both of your boys are alive, because trust me, I mean, we're going to Germany, guys. Tuesday is going to be big. Now, let's be real. Shout out to Winston Churchill. Shout out to what's it called, Crumpets and what's it called, Princess Anne. Shout out to what's it called, the British Bulldog. The game I'm watching is USA against her, because England and Wales, look, they'll beat Wales. USA around Tuesday night. That game is going to pop off. That game is going to pop right up. So Hokage, just very, very, very briefly, because we'll talk about it again on Monday, but very briefly, thoughts on your boys against America, and then get into the whole Germany Spain game.
Big game, dude. This is probably the biggest game of our country's history. The chance to go through to the round of 16 for our first time. All we need is a draw too. Like, USA, come after us, but we'll sit back. You saw what I told you. If we could play our strongest lineup, you saw what happened. We dominated Wales. Yeah. We kept Bale silent. That guy was a ghost. I forgot he was playing. So USA have to come attack us. We'll sit back, and you saw what Azmoun, Taremi, and those guys with our proper midfield can do on the break. So it's going to be an interesting game. The US have to come and attack us, and it's gonna pop off. It won't be like a high scoring game, but it's going to be cagey. Hard tackles, crunching tackles, energy, passion. It's going to be everything the World Cup's about. So if you guys want to watch a game on Tuesday, watch that one.
Oh, no. I can't wait for Tuesday, because so much is riding on the game. So basically, that's my kind of game, high stakes. I don't care about the quality. It's high stakes, high pressure. That's my kind of game. But yeah,
HH, I know you were like worried about ballers, the upcoming ballers, the Haalands and Nunez's, but HH, this was the most high quality match of this tournament. And the 3 best players on the pitch were teenagers.
Yeah.
The 3 best players on the pitch were teenagers. Musiala, amazing. Pedri and Gavi, sack Xavi, dude. He is not getting the best out of these guys at Barcelona.
Yes.
What Enrique does with these guys, they look like world beaters. But under Xavi, they just look held back. More in the case of Gavi. Like, Pedri, I still feel balls under Xavi, but bro, what Enrique does with Gavi, he makes me like. I thought when he plays for Xavi, I think he's just a Spanish Jordan Henderson. But under
whoa.
Under Xavi,
why are you trying to catch and straight?
Under Xavi.
But when he plays for Enrique Spain, bro, money. So yeah, the teenagers were the best players on the pitch. I feel that was a chance for 3 points for us at HH. That was a chance because Musiala bricked, as well as he played, he bricked that 1v1 that Sané created for him. And Sané came on and really changed the game for Germany. But, man, I don't understand why he's trying to go around Unai Simon. Because he's on his left foot, your favorite left foot. Drill that in the bottom right corner. Yeah. Go for because Unai Simon was bombing forward. He was off his line. And Sané has the quality to either chip him or put that in the back of the net. So, in my opinion, this is a missed out. We missed out on 3 points today. I think it's tough. I mean, I'd expect us to be Costa Rica, HH. I'd expect us because this is our lifeline. But last World Cup, we beat Sweden, and everyone's like,
you take nothing for granted. Like, everyone thought that Japan would walk over Costa Rica. Exactly. Take nothing for granted in this whole thing, man.
Exactly. So we were given 2 lifelines today, but we were given the biggest lifeline in 2018 by Cruz, and we bricked it up in the final game. And, Costa Rica, they could easily just sit back. And because, it's different. Japan was sitting back, and Germany found it hard to break them down. Costa Rica isn't going to play like Spain. Costa Rica is going to be sitting back and trying to counter. Yeah. The only bright side about that is I watched the first half of Costa Rica's game against Japan. To beat Germany on this break, you need speed. And they're playing 40-year-olds. I think 40-year-olds played for them in their opening game. So that's the only optimistic part for Germany. They don't have to really worry about too much of a counterattacking threat, but yeah, man, I'm not confident at all. I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm expecting any result, draw, win, or loss against Costa Rica. And yeah, man, just more high stakes games to look forward to in the next week.
Samara, talk to me, then I'll come to you, Mikey, then Zima.
By the way, when Zani had that 1v1, I was just screaming at my TV, shoot, shoot, because I knew he's gonna
No,
do
no.
something like
Could
that.
he shoot from
Because
there?
yeah, just
Ooh,
shoot, take your
Sane,
chance.
the
oh,
final Sane
sorry.
chance.
Yeah,
Could
yeah,
he shoot
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
there?
Yeah, it
You shouldn't have
was
gone around the keeper though. Just take your
yeah,
first
just
time.
shoot, take your chance. Musiala has the same problem. We have problems in the final third with our decision making, but he's young. So 19 years old and carrying Germany. What a player he is. And I would say we have hope, okay? Germany have hope to not get knocked out in the group stage again. That's all I have because I thought uh, Spain is gonna dominate us in this game because we lost against Japan. Not really not hope because we didn't play well in the last 20 minutes against Japan. So I think uh, what I don't know what's wrong with Janapi because he was actually in good form with Bayern and then he goes
He
to the
was.
national team with Brexit. And Sule is classy, not B, not A. He's classy. He can't read the game. He's too slow.
He's just trash.
We should have taken Hummels. And Puya, Sule is a brick, okay?
No,
That's
no,
all
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying.
no, no. His name is Soul. Soul is trash. Soul
He's
is
a
trash,
Just
and
a
he
massive
moves like a whale.
Hummels is made slow and odd, but he can't read the game. Sule doesn't know the offside rule. He probably doesn't know when he's onside, when he's offside.
Yeah, no, no, no. But you know what's crazy is that Hummels right now he's nowhere near. Hummels in 2022 would do a better job than Soul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wouldn't play a player on side. That's all I'm saying. So we have hope, we have a chance, and I swear to you, if Germany fixes against Costa Rica, you'll never see me again until Bayern play
No, listen.
against
I can see a scenario where somehow Germany lose to Costa Rica. I mean, if that
Oh
happens, then
Jesus! No.
oh,
When I want to say about Musiala, thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for
okay,
this.
Yes.
Mike, take the microphone. Mike, take the microphone.
200,000, by the way, Chelsea. Bayern Munich bought.
Okay, Mike.
Musiala
You know,
for
Mike.
Chelsea.
When I said
man,
take the microphone, I meant that move beyond the
200?
Musiala
No,
thing.
no, no, no. I just had to.
200,000.
200.
Okay, look,
Come on.
fine. Okay, look. Chelsea have taken enough bullets. We don't need to catch any more strays.
Chelsea have money. These prices, but Mendy's still on 50K. Isn't he?
Name me a black goalkeeper.
Jamal, come on, man. Okay.
So do you know who Musiala reminded me of a little bit today? He reminded me of this man, Zizou. I'm not
Big
gonna
praise.
lie, man. I'm not gonna
big
lie.
praise. That's big praise.
At times, it was some Zidane out there. I was like, my God. Look, Gavi did very well against Musiala for, I think until Gavi got subbed off, I was like, okay, Musiala's not having that impact. As soon as he came off, Musiala, he was balling out in that midfield. And then he did that move on both Gavi and Pedri. I was like, okay, wow. So, what I need to understand, actually, I have a question for you, HH. Which club does Nicolas Füllkrug play for?
Werder Bremen.
Okay, all right. Maybe you are the GOAT analyst for
Hey,
one.
thank you. Mike, I always believed in him.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Can't you say his name right?
I always believed in him. Mike,
Brick.
But look. Okay, so Morata, this is what I said in my reaction. Strikers are vital in football still, and they will always be. Because without the strikers in this game, where was the goal going to come from? Because also Musiala should have squared it to Füllkrug. He should have had a two-piece today. He should have.
No. I get that. Just in our position, when you know that you're playing well and you're on it, go for the shot. But you should have done better because that should have been bottom left.
Exactly.
Down low, bottom left.
Should have been, and also wow. It was a great game, to be fair. That was
very good.
I think this one and then the Denmark-France, they were both high-quality matches. And you could just tell the quality of these teams. I think Germany are still screwed, though.
How so? Explain.
I think Japan might get a draw against Spain. I think Japan will play their style of football fits better to how Spain play. They don't do well against low blocks like Costa Rica. They play better against counter-attacking teams. So when they're counter-attacking against Germany, you see how effective Japan are. What are they going to do against Spain? Counterattack. So I could see them getting a draw there, and then Germany are out.
Wait, no, hold up. Japan get a draw, they get 4 points. Germany beats Costa Rica, that's 4 points, so it's down to goal difference.
Okay, so are we saying that Germany are going to beat Costa Rica 5-0, 6-0? When was the last time Germany scored more than one goal?
No, they have the goal difference on Spain. Yeah, not on Japan.
Yeah, sorry.
On Japan. There we go.
Yes,
so
yes.
my thing is that Germany.
We need like
I think like a 2-0 could be okay. 2-0 could. I mean, so if Germany do a 2-0 and let's say Japan and thingy do like a 1-1 or a 2-2, what are we saying?
It's
what?
Yeah, they would make it through.
Yeah, Germany
would make it through.
Okay,
yeah, Germany would make it through. I think.
Because Spain have a 1 goal difference. I mean, Japan have a 1 goal difference.
No, yes. That's the. Forget Spain. It's about Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they have 0.
Wait, no, I'll bring it up.
Did you say 1-0? Did you say 1-0?
1-0 wouldn't be enough.
I think Germany.
I think they need.
They have a 0 goal difference, right?
They need 2-0.
Yeah, so there we go. So
they need 2-0.
Win by 2, like 3-1. Anything win by 2.
Wait, what happens? What happens if it's 0-0? Does Japan make it through?
This can get really guys.
No. Isn't it goals for?
I think it's goals for.
No,
isn't it?
it's goals. It's head to head.
Is it head to head?
No.
Streets, talk to me. What's after GD? Streets, talk to me. What's after?
If both have the same goal difference and points,
is it not fair play?
Head to head.
No, it's total. It'll be total amount of goals scored.
No, that only comes after head to head though, and Japan have head to head.
Okay, so yeah, Germany have to win 2-0 or 3-0 then against Costa Rica, and I mean,
no, look, it's not. It goes to head before goals.
No, I don't think it goes. I think it goes.
I think people are saying goals scored first and then head to head.
Yeah, goals scored first and then head to head afterwards.
Okay.
It has to be because if you're using GD, if GD comes into play, you do GD, then you do goals for them.
No. But except in I think
can't
in
go
the
from
Champions
GD
League
to
is different.
thingy.
That's why. Because the Champions League is different. That's why.
What is the case, Mike? What is the case, Mike?
Do you remember in 1994? This is out of the game. Do you remember 1994 World Cup where all the 4 teams were on 4 points? Do you remember that?
Oh wow!
It was like Italy, Mexico, Ireland. I think it was.
Ireland.
They were all on like 4 points. It was ridiculous. But see, Spain play wonderful football. Like Jordi Alba, I would say was man of the match today. I thought Jordi Alba was fantastic. Xavi might be just a brick manager. He should go manage the Qatar national team.
Even
Mike, as good as it was. Wait. I mean, weren't you disappointed that Gnabry didn't test Jessica Alba?
I mean,
bro, this guy is pushing 60 now. So
Gnabry is just, I don't even know what to say, man. He's so washed. He's so washed. He can't even beat a man 1-on-1 anymore. Not even in the Bundesliga. He can't even, like, we know Bundesliga defenses are not the greatest. He can't even beat them 1-on-1 situations. So Gnabry, he's going to start the next game, but Leroy Sané has to start. I don't think you can start Thomas Muller anymore, at least in the false nine role. You just
you have to just start a striker.
You have to start Nicholas Füllkrug. It's just simple as that, and I'm happy for him because he was playing in the Bundesliga only 2 seasons ago, and now look what he did against Spain. That was a ridiculous goal by him. So I think it was the fair result 1-1. I think it was the fair result, and it just makes Wednesday even more, or I think Thursday even more interesting, man. I cannot wait. If Germany go out again in the World Cup group stage,
Okay, what's your guess? Before I go on to Zeman, what's your guess?
For what happens on Thursday?
Yeah, as in like, is it because it's Spain? So who follows Spain? Japan, Germany, or do you think Costa Rica is going to do something crazy?
If somehow Costa Rica make it out of this group, that
would be wild.
Germany needs to go into the Brick Academy. I don't care what happens.
See, my thing is, this World Cup again, because look at what Morocco did. This is a kind of a weird World Cup, bro. Where like Costa Rica winning will not surprise me based on how I think this tournament has been going.
But it would be a shock.
Oh yeah, it would be a massive shock.
Yeah. So I think Germany should do it, but if you've seen the German national team in the last couple of years, man, you just don't know what you're going to expect. They could lose to Hungary. They can do well against Spain, but then draw the game. They could do well against England, blow a 3-2 lead. So you don't know what to expect from this German side. I'll say Germany still.
Z-Man, talk to me. And Z-Man, please, there are guys waiting. Don't spend 3,000 years on a mic. I'll just catch a mic. So yeah, don't.
Let me dig deep, man. Let me dig deep.
No,
Talk,
wait.
Talk.
Z-Man, wait, hold up. Z-Man, I just said there are people waiting. I said, let me dig deep. No, don't dig deep. Just stay on the surface.
No, I'm digging right now.
Drop that tape.
Look, Zeman, if we're in February and you're still talking, I'll just cut your mic. So continue.
Yeah, bro. Listen, man, this was definitely the best game I've seen, just quality wise, and two managers is going at it that are very progressive minded. But again, man, the first half, that front line like killed it for Spain. Because I'm gonna be honest, Spain should have ended in the first half. Like Ferran Torres had some good chances. If it fell to a more clinical striker or anyone else, I'm sure they would have scored because he kept getting into good positions. But it's just the same story with Ferran Torres, keep missing. Dani Olmo, I thought he wasn't doing that much. Asensio was just useless throughout that game because he didn't have any hold up play. And Germany just they didn't like their back line is still a question mark for me. Like their back line comes up against like a France or Brazil or someone that's just more attack minded. If they make it through, that's just like hitting them with the counter is going to be pretty easy with that side. Musiala, I thought he had a better half in the second half compared to the first half. I thought Gavi was doing well in terms of just keeping the midfield quiet, and Pedri had Kimmich on toast for majority of the game. But yeah, I thought Spain were winning the middle of the park. But this is the problem with Spain, and this is where Germany really shined in terms of Hansi Flick making that substitution for forward. Spain, they as soon as they're leading and as soon as they let go of one of the midfield partnerships, it feels like the intensity just drops. At that point, they're just waiting for the game to end. And that's where they lose concentration and concede, chances that normally, if they're on top of it, they would have been much better. Rodri as a center back, bro. Rodri as a center back is actually, who knew, bro? He's actually one of Spain's best center back. He's actually
he's better than Su. He's better than
the only thing is he is quite slow. He is quite slow.
Yeah, no, he's slow, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like Pep is looking at him. Pep is probably gonna think of playing him as a center back more often, looking at these type of performances. Yeah. But yeah, I thought again, the forwards weren't necessarily good enough clinical. I thought the midfield was really, they were doing their job. Sergio Busquets, I thought he had an excellent game for majority of the game. But then again, man, it's just down to their clinical finishing, and that is what's going to cost them more so than anything. But yeah, again, man, I thought that was a dominant midfield performance in the first half by Pedri, and then Musiala showed up.
Abdul, talk to me.
Yo. I think that just because a team has a bad performance, bro, it doesn't mean just because a team has a bad result doesn't mean that they're automatically a bad team. Like if anybody watched the Germany-Japan game, you would know that Germany should have been up like 3-0 before.
Yeah, but Abdul, you were one of the guys that Germany are out. So you were one of those guys that already said
I never said that.
Sure.
No, but let's keep it a stack today. Mm-hmm. Today wasn't even about this game, bro. It was all about the Costa Rica-Japan game because the 1-1 Germany would have been out right now.
Yeah, they would have been out.
They would have basically been out, but like this has turned the group completely upside down. Honestly, bro, Gavi is so important, bro. He's so important for
more important than Pedri.
I think so, bro, because this is what people don't understand is that he helps the team. He helps the team control the game so much, bro. Like defensive, like people. The thing is, bro, his defensive contributions, they don't appear on SofaScore ratings. They don't appear on the ratings, so people they don't take them into account. People they don't look at them, but every time we play without Gavi's taken off. We lose control of the game. It becomes more end to end, and you saw what happened. Like Germany, they began growing into the game, bro. They began growing into the game, and especially if you're gonna take him off, how you bringing on a Finnish Koke, bro? Koke, bro. He's finished.
Yeah, no. I think the Koke thing is just out of. I actually almost forgot. So is Ansu just here for vibes?
Yeah.
Black tap.
He's here to fill
I
the
don't want to
quota.
go there racial.
That's not even that, bro.
No, because my thing is that this game was screaming for. This game was screaming for someone like a Fati because Spain win this. Oh, you're Gucci. Because my thing is that I get why you don't bring him in the first game. It was already a done deal. This game, I'd have brought him. Okay, I can sort of get Williams because you want to maybe add a bit of speed and so forth. But my thing is that take off Olmo, bring on Fati because then he's fresh legs and just brings in something that can actually put more.
I agree, but I will say one thing though, like at least today, like from a Spain perspective, they've been tested. Like know, like England, like people say, oh, England can win the World Cup. They stumbled to USA, you feel me, bro? To Western McKinney.
Put some respect on us, man.
To Western McKinney.
Put some respect on America.
You have teams like Argentina, Saudi. Like I feel like I genuinely, even if we're keeping a stack, bro, France haven't looked all that either, bro. Like Denmark, if Braithwaite could finish, would have went 2-1 up yesterday before Mbappe got the winner.
Okay. No. Abdul, sorry. No. I can't let you. I can't. Abdul, so you're saying that France-Denmark game was like 50-50. It was an even game.
No, it wasn't. But what I'm saying is every team has showed vulnerabilities. Because even if you look at the first game, Australia could have made it. They could have scored 2 or 3 goals in the first half against France in the first game. So I think no team has been perfect. Other than I feel like, honestly, bro, like people are underrating that Brazil win against Serbia because Serbia are a really tough team.
Well, let's see what they do against the Swiss. That's going to be because that's what. Remember, we've now seen 2 games. Let's not see their second game without specifically without Neymar. Wait, I forgot. So and Wise can talk to me, and then I'll come to it because Wise can talk to me.
Yeah, man, best game so far of the whole thing. Bro,
hold up. You weren't feeling that England USA game, huh?
As I was saying, what? Wait, Nigeria. I had Nigeria still stuck in the airport.
Wow. We're still on this. We're still on this joke. That joke was funny like about 300 years ago. I mean, wait, move on.
They're still stuck
like
in the
that joke stopped being funny about 3 months ago. It stopped being funny about 3 months ago. Can you talk about this effing game, man?
They were stuck in the airport. Best game.
RDS, you're Nigerian. RDS, what are you doing? RDS, what are you doing? Why are you laughing?
What else can I do?
RDS, you shouldn't be laughing at this clown. Correct, continue.
Best game by far, bro. The quality is just, and to be fair, it's the youngsters brought the quality into the game, and Musiala, the Moose, bro. England's lost, man. That's England's loss right there.
YSK, it's also Chelsea's loss. Just
Chelsea's
no. Well, he was actually in an England jersey.
They do it quite a lot. So
he played the under 21s.
He played with Bellingham, yeah.
Yeah, it was in the under 21s. Yeah, he was quality this game. Pedri and Gavi as well. The control that they have in the games, it's Morata. Shout out to Olmo, by the way.
Yes,
aka Elmo from Sesame Street. Shout out to him. He actually played really well. Bearing in mind on the other hands, on the other flank is that brick Ferran Torres.
Bro, that guy is trash, man.
That dude is
City for getting him to bastard sign him. I don't know how they managed to beat.
Pep scammed them, bro. Pep knew. Pep already knew.
That's a scam.
Eric Garcia and Torres, man, like the perfect.
Pep already knew about that guy, but I'm actually surprised Morata didn't start the game, because with Germany playing Muller he's a freaking dinosaur, but he still has something to offer. I'm surprised he didn't start Morata because, bro, you have the guy in Sul, bro. Sul and Morata. That's a match made in heaven. You got one guy. The one guy doesn't know. One guy that doesn't know how to stay onside, and the other guy doesn't know how to play offside.
Yes. Something's gonna give. Something. So basically, what it is that's what it is. So basically, Morata will be like 5 years ahead. Someone will just go.
You guys suck. You guys are harsh.
That was funny.
Bro, it cancels each other out. So. One of them's gonna come out on top. So. Oh man.
Because I think for that goal, Morata was trying to be offside.
Yeah, he was trying.
So I was like, no, bro, I got you. I relax. I got you.
Anyone but Saul, bro. Anyone but Saul, he would have been offside. Anyone but him.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
God.
Bro, you know what? This group, and I think he was right. That Costa Rica and Japan game, that was the game. Like,
yes,
a lot of the outcome of this group weighed on a lot on that game, and since Japan just didn't want to come out and play, that game ended up the way it did. So yeah, man, the final games, it goes down to it's quite exciting, this one. So
what's it called? Vilton, talk to me.
Yeah, this was by far the best game based on the quality level. Now, said the Canada Croatia game and the Argentina Saudi Arabia game, those were probably the most entertaining. This wasn't entertaining, but this game quality next level. Like, I was glued in front of the TV. The half ended so quick, bro. I didn't want this game to end.
No, it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, but I thought Germany honestly could have won this game. I thought they had the better chances because Musiala, he could have passed that. I thought he should have passed that because it was a 2v1. It would have been an easy tap in. And Leroy Sané, I was hoping I thought he was gonna score a dagger, bro, because when he came on, he just changed the entire game.
Yeah.
This is why this Spain team, honest to God, I think if we were to meet the Spain team, we'll beat them. Like,
No, yes. My thing is that, and here's the thing though, I always said, even peak Spain.
Yeah, you said that.
Tonight was South American teams, guys who dribble and go direct. Like, Spain have always been very good against European sides. So my thing is that this Spain team against an Argentina who actually wanted to play, or Brazil.
I think they can. I think they can beat Argentina, but I just don't think they can beat France or Brazil just because of how fast of our wingers are. Because I don't think they can deal with that on the counterattack. But it's football; anything is possible. As we saw Japan losing to Costa Rica.
No. But my thing is that, remember, football is about matchups.
Yeah,
Mexico were very defensive.
Yeah,
against things. So can break it down. So against Spain are guys that their game means that they have to have space in because they always commit guys forward. So whenever Argentina have the ball, they can always cause damage because the space will always be there. So Argentina is a very good matchup for them against Spain. So.
But I'm happy it was a draw. It's gonna make the last game more interesting because if Spain would have won today, they probably would have rested most of their players. Probably would have rotated a little bit more. But now the last is. I think Spain got this, but as this World Cup showed us, we never know. But I'm pretty sure they're safe.
So wait. Can Spain finish second? How do Spain finish?
If Costa Rica win or Japan win.
Yeah, so they were
if
6.
Japan win.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I'm just looking at my.
If Costa Rica and Germany were to draw, and I think Japan wins, I think Spain finished second, right?
Yeah. Or if Costa Rica wins and they get a draw against Japan, so
Costa Rica and Japan win, Spain are out.
It's in Spain.
So it's basically because I'm just looking at the bracket.
They'd be out.
Sorry, before I come to the guys, I'm just looking at the brackets now. So if I just share this with you guys, so if because obviously let's just say Spain should win the group. So if Spain win the group, I'm saying if Morocco comes second, which I think, and then they've got to run into Brazil.
Wait, Morocco second, not Belgium.
We'll get there.
So basically, my thing is that if they were to finish second,
that is so unfair,
then if Croatia finish first, then have Croatia. They most likely run into Portugal.
Well, Croatia
tries so hard to finish first.
We'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
Against Germany in the round of 16.
Oh, wait, hold on. You think Croatia can't beat Germany?
No, I'm just saying though. Usually when you finish first, you tend to get a favorable.
Yeah, that's true.
But Germany, come on,
no. You're talking on paper. Based on what we've seen, Croatia will be very happy to play Germany. Basically, Croatia beat Germany.
Big call.
But
let me take a range.
Yeah.
Jamal, talk to me, and then I'll come to Gatlop and Rob.
You know what's the thing for today? You cannot assume in football.
No.
And you know what my teacher say? And this is not a cheat. Spell assume. ASSUS me. you will make an ass off of you and me if you assume. You get it?
Yeah.
ASSUME. So yeah, man, that's a little knowledge there. What? H, man. I mean, as you say, they try to get strikers out of the paint. You can't. Yes, you can't. Strikers lives matters. That's the thing. Striker lives matter. You always need these guys. And you know what's the funny thing? The two strikers who came on today. You know these guys. Nobody's gonna remember them when they retire. Nobody's gonna remember this, but they make a difference. They make a difference. You know why? Because they're strikers, man. So yeah, I just gotta say that. And H is Musiala, man. I mean, the technical ability on this guy, it's insane. I know he should have scored.
And also, you know, by the way, you know Chelsea have a re-sign clause on.
No, they don't.
Wait, hold up. I was talking to Jamal. This doesn't involve you guys. I was talking to Jamal.
He also knows that Kai Havertz.
Hold on, guys.
I wasn't playing today.
You know, people who listen to this stuff, they need to be one at a time, because you can't talk over each other. So now I'm talking, then Jamal. So Jamal, we have a re-sign clause and we can re-sign Musiala, I think, probably next summer and so forth. So Jamal, you have the mic.
But you know, I'm happy. I'm happy he choose Germany, because if this guy they choose England, you know this guy will be sitting down on the bench while Mason Mount is getting 90 minutes. You know this guy will be holding Bertrand Mount. So I'm happy.
Jamal,
I'm happy he's balling.
Do you know that is true? Let me see. If you're Musiala, because see, Germany actually know what a good footballer is.
Yes.
And unless a good footballer be a good footballer, you're still right. If Musiala had chosen England, no way would he be doing what he's doing right now. No way.
Yeah, so good to have this guy on the bench. But yeah, man, I just want to say, go on.
But real quick, do you know a guy who should have been like a Musiala?
Who?
Draxler.
Yes.
Draxler is one of the most missed opportunities. I don't know what happens now, because the way Draxler played was how Musiala is playing. But for some reason, the guy with the PSG just ruined his life. But continue.
Yeah, man. I feel it's like a curse, because Goodson was like that too, and you see what's going on with him, what happened with him. So yeah, man. But yeah, all I have to say, this is the best game so far. And H, man, I'm happy that this happened, because now it makes it exciting for the next round, man. But H, man, I don't see Germany doing anything, but Spain are tricky, man. They can win this. I feel Spain can win this. But yeah, that's what I gotta say.
No, it's open. Gatlock, and then I'll come to you, Rob.
Bro, why doesn't this guy listen to this hangout? And by the way, I actually had Germany winning 2-1 in my prediction. Although I can understand why this was a draw, because I had no idea who was going to win 2-1. This guy, I don't know if it's Bayern Munich favoritism when he was in Bayern, but I don't know why this guy is starting Müller. Because Flick was his own enemy today. Like, his tactics were good, but his personnel was wrong, and that's the attack. I told this guy to drop Havertz. He did that. You're not supposed to play, bro. Against Japan, they only scored 1 goal, and that was a penalty. You need a number 9. That's the thing. You need a number 9. I don't know why people like look from Morata generally is average. But I don't know, this guy G's up for Spain. Okay, let's be honest. He G's up for Spain. Critical games, he G's up. He's usually their top striker in many of the tournaments, no matter how shit he is. Even Torres at some point, I think he was top striker for Spain as well in 2012 and 08 probably. So systems in like Spain and Germany, they need a striker. This Füllkrug, I finally got his name right. This guy, look, who was closer for club? Like, I know he played for Bayern, but I know he wasn't really a starter. Who was closer for club? Nobody knows. But for Germany, he was their dude.
It was big time.
The thing about Spain is, you see, I know people are criticizing Enrique for not starting Morata, but I understand, because the guy scored 6 goals without a striker. That same starting 11 started against Germany. So I understand that scenario, even though I feel you still need a striker. But for Germany, they've always had that poacher. They've always had that poacher in front. And this Füllkrug guy, I said this guy should say Füllkrug Mukoko. That's the only way they would have G'd up today, because some of the chances Germany had, if he fell to a natural striker, you see how Musiala took that shot earlier, and look at how Füllkrug took that shot.
Striker. There's a difference between having a striker.
There's a difference, man. There's a difference. Look, I still feel I did not watch the Japan game. I didn't. I thought that was a done deal, honestly. So I don't watch that Japan game, and then Costa Rica shocked us. HH, You know, if Germany won today, all 4 teams would have been on 3 points.
Yeah.
That's how tight this group is.
No, but I knew they never winning though. But round of them. Okay.
Yeah. For the last game, I don't know who's. I still think Germany are on the chopping block right now, man.
Rob, talk to me, and then I'll take your Dubinski's, man. Rob.
Well, I thought it was an even game between Germany and Spain. They both had chances to win it, and they both didn't take them. And you could tell that both teams clearly lack a striker, or, well, they have a striker, but they don't play him. And the strikers that they both do have aren't that great, aren't that amazing. Like Morata has been poor for Atletico Madrid this season, for example. And Germany's best striker is not at the World Cup, who happens to be Werner. Like, you could tell that they clearly miss Werner right now. And yeah, I think that in the next games, they both need to start Morata and Füllkrug, and then they could hopefully score more goals for them. Because right now they clearly lack a striker, a focal point up front. So I think that today was an even game between them. And after they start the striker, they could potentially do better, I think.
All right. So let me take some Dubinskis and then we'll get to the real. Let me go thought. Like with the dog, man. If Spain had a proper striker, they win this game, 100%. Having said that, when Germany became adventurous, they opened Spain. Why start smaller? I like loyalty tax. Again, like it. Muller as a striker made sense in 2010. Muller as a striker in 2022 makes no sense. But I think
would you take Folklore at your club?
Folklore.
That's his new name. For again. Thank the dog. Hope you are on point about a recognized number 9. 100%. The football can evolve this and that and everything. You
Speak
can
on
never
that,
evolve beyond having a striker.
The real R9. The real R9. The real R9.
This is why
Ronaldo Okpara. HH, why do you go to jinx Japan? I didn't jinx
Japan. You kind of did.
How?
Yeah, it did.
By saying Japan would beat Costa Rica.
Hey, yo. Who remembers when this guy said Canada can do something?
No. Everyone
said
remembers
when this guy said Qatar semis.
Vito is coming for you.
Gatlo, this is the same guy that said Turkey had dark horses in the Euros.
Zoltan TV.
That was prime Ichi.
So say, how do FC Anime beat Germany but lose to Costa Rica? Frauds. Not frauds. If you had a football brain, you would know it's called matchups. Japan against Germany was a better match because they had space. But Costa Rica didn't give them any space because they sat deep. So therefore, Japan couldn't figure out how to break them down. It's simple matchups. So it is what it is. It's not like, people are saying, Japan flukes the win. No, they didn't fluke the win. The matchup just favored them once they brought on their guys. So there are teams who find it hard to break down guys. And teams who, if you give them the counter-attack, they can say what's up. It's all about matchups, man. Hence why I wouldn't be surprised if Germany find it frustrating and they maybe don't score against Costa Rica.
I agree.
So, Rafios Shan, Japan helped Germany today. They were allies in World Wars.
Oh no! Come on, guys.
Okay, no, let's keep it going.
It gets real. It gets real.
No, it doesn't. It gets fake. What happened to Ansu Fati?
That is a good question.
I think they maybe saving him. Look, because he's needed.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When players like Williams, Ferran Torres, Dani Almos are starting ahead of you, like I don't think he's fit.
Look, man, I don't think
he's good.
Z-man.
It's quota talks.
Wait, hold on. Let me bring it. So it might be quota. Adnip, thank you for the dub, man. We need to have a serious conversation about that ban tax merchant. What?
Don't do this.
He can't create, can't defend, can't dribble.
I know someone's gonna say
wait,
this.
What?
He wasn't that good.
He didn't have a good game today.
No, but
he was average.
He didn't have a good game today, but okay, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
Like my thing is that Tony Kroos ends here, Schweinsteiger ends here. So what's the alternative? So unless you put him
at Sami Khedira still playing football?
Maybe you should put him at right back.
So Germany need a Western McKennie is what I'm hearing.
Oh, easy. You know
Let's move on. Oh my god.
So look at Sule Abira. No, his name is Sul. S-O-O-O-O-L. Okay, S, five O's and an L. His name is Sul.
Shout out my guy, man.
Just 3. 2 historic natures led by teenagers at the World Cup. Wow, bro, he's 19. 19. Also, guys, You see, England, man, England and their media need to chill. I like Jude Bellingham. I like him. Jude is not in the class of Pedri and Musiala. He's not.
No, do you think he could be if he wasn't playing in this pragmatic England system?
That's a very good question.
Well, even I don't know how, but even even Frozen.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Even
Frozen for Dortmund, even in the Champions League.
Internationally, is KDB in their class as well? Because I can't.
KDB is being saved.
What you was doing at 19, bro? What you was doing at 19? Playing in a World Cup?
Wait, hold up. At 19, I think I was failing.
His
philosophy of science.
19?
Yes.
I thought you were 19 now.
First World War.
I thought you were 19 now.
At 19 in the year 2016.
My man HH was getting drafted to
man, shut up, man.
He was still using a comb.
That's a low blow. That's a low blow.
Is Hokage an Islamic Republic apologist? What? Oh God. I'm Persian, but I'll be rooting for the USA because of all of the mullahs and the supporters.
HH, it's these clowns. I'm telling you, it's clowns like this who think the national team being at the World Cup is supporting the Islamic regime there. It's clowns like this. It's HH, it's crazy because we purposely only took mostly pro-protest players. And we only took like one pro-government player. It's clowns like this who put unnecessary pressure on the players who are going out there and playing for the people. It's crazy. Crypt, you're a clown, bro. You're a clown. You ain't Persian. You're a fraud.
Now,
let's move on.
I can't touch this. Yeah, I can't.
Next
touch
up.
It
Next up.
I can't touch that, bro. But at least I like Hokage brought the other side of the arguments. But yeah, that's
the dub was addressed to Hokage, so Hokage should address it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he addressed it. So look, that's no. Quab. Twitter merchants say Musiala over Pedri. Agree? You can't compare them.
Yeah. They're not the same type of player.
They're not the same type of player. Musiala is an attacking midfielder. Pedri is a central midfielder. You can't compare them. And for what they are excellent in their roles. You can't compare them. You can't compare them. Different roles. From that name, will nobody talk about that brick Belgium? Hey, relax.
Yes, I was going to speak on that.
Relax, we'll get there, man. Ricky Rincones, man. Can someone please tell me what Sani was thinking at the end of the match? Dude pulled a Forrest Gump. Now, shout out to Samantha. Samantha just sent me a DM saying that he has an issue with his knee.
Yeah.
So he's had, and you know what? Credit to him, bro, because I think he's battling a knee injury, so he's not fully fit. So I think that, let's cut him to side because I think he's had knee issues and injury issues. So
he came with an injury in. He was injured at Bayern, and then he came in with an injury. So, he did an interview and said he's now fully fit. So I hope he starts the next game.
Okay. Talents FC. Why was a random Ghanaian running on right wing force? You see, this is why Talents
that's
FC.
Mad.
That's
wow.
That's
mad.
Let me move on.
Where was Talents FC?
Move on. So, Fondo, shout out to your boy Fondo. Why doesn't Germany use Adeyemi or Mokoko? Age isn't a good enough reason to be honest.
Let's move on.
It gets real.
It gets real. It gets real.
It's real.
It's real, man. That's good, right? That's actually good, bro.
That's a dub of the season. That's the best dub in the World Cup.
You're not press resistant, man. You're not press resistant, bro. You lost the ball in your own half. That's crazy.
Okay, guys, call me some slack because I have to host the show, look at comments, read stuff as well. It's very easy to get.
That was done. That was done.
That was done.
No, he set that up. That was done.
No, Z-Man, that was get it done. Get it done.
Good.
Wow, man. There was no hesitation.
Okay, you know what?
No hesitation.
I'll give it credit. The way you've put the names there, I'm like, oh wow, that seems like a name.
No,
because obviously that name looks like Belgium.
No.
Because you know how like the S is like silent, so it could be Marbol.
It's not. It's not even that. He's hiding it above
stop
another
that. You're
name,
making
bro.
it worse. You're making it worse.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It gets real, man. It gets real. It gets real.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's talk about my guy. So, guys, here's the thing. This is going to be very brief.
Not really.
No, it's not going to be brief.
It's going to be brief. Oh, no. De Bruyne is the main top. No, De Bruyne, that's the main top.
No.
This is no. This is brief.
This is
the next
the main
guy
course.
I am going to. Oh my gosh, I am going to slate that industry.
This is the main course.
So
this is the main course. This is the main course.
So let's just
this is the main course.
Everyone gets 30 seconds on this topic.
How does this thing go?
Gatlock, everyone, let me repeat again. Everyone gets 30 seconds on this, so make it count, okay? Because I will time you. Everyone's getting 30 seconds on this.
30 seconds. 30
De Bruyne,
seconds.
you get like 3 hours on that. So let's talk about Hazard. Guys, here's the thing. Okay, look. Okay. It's over. It's over. You see, you know what's like? Do you know how they say? You know what? Sometimes stop delaying the stuff. And I've been clutching. And my last straw was maybe he puts in the Belgian jersey, and the World Cup just sort of rekindled something in him. And see, guys, I want to talk about because there is something wrong with the Belgian mentality.
Yes.
If you've been on Twitter and you're seeing stuff that people have been saying, there's something wrong with their mentality. Because I'm going to talk about what De Bruyne said, but I'm talking about Hazard. I think a few weeks before the thing, Hazard literally said, "Oh, like I'm just not the same guy anymore."
Yeah, he said that.
He's pretty much already said that I'm finished.
He also at the end of last season held up a red cup and on the Madrid parade and said
he said that
he was drunk.
So,
No.
He also did that.
So guys, okay, so look. No, we're not getting that's already done. No, we're not getting to anything. We're getting to KDB. This is just a very simple thing. So, guys, what else to say? Okay, he's finished. Guys, what else? Don't
share the mic
when it's down. What else is there to say?
Start
we don't move like this. We don't move like this.
See, man,
we beat him.
Let's speak on this.
Streets, what else is there to say? He's finished.
Let's hear what everyone's going to say. Pass the mic around, bro. Pass the mic. I don't think we need to hear you. Red Devil. Let's start.
Pass the zoot around, man. Pass it around.
Yes, that's the guy.
Exactly, man. Let's
pass the
be tough enough.
I don't remember, man. You're a real bit.
No. It's just.
You
know what though? It's just player like Hazard, Neymar, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they just. What I'm seeing from this generation, are we gonna get players like that again, man? Like, are we gonna find?
Ronaldo said it.
Are we gonna get players like that ever again? Because what I saw from the game against Serbia, the way Neymar was just getting fouled by the Serbians over and over, and eventually injuring his ankle, reminded me a little bit of Hazard. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he's not the same player he used to be, right? But the guy was a baller at his peak, man. You can't deny this guy was then entertaining to watch, bro. Even if he's got overweight, all of that, this whatever happened to him, it's sad. Like, it's really sad. The guy was one of the best players at a World Cup. Was like 18-19 had one of his best season ever.
Sad, man.
Like had one of his best season ever at Chelsea. Like helped them win the Europa League and gets his dream move. Then injuries after injuries. Like it's crazy. And you know what's the saddest part about it? In those two games versus Canada and Morocco, he was better than Kevin De Bruyne, which is crazy.
No,
I swear he was doing more.
Relax. No, Wilton, don't mention his name. We're saving him for the next one. Wilton, don't relax.
Like I know you guys are gonna hate or Hazard, but I'm guarantee you, like just go rewatch those games. He was actually trying in those games. Like he was actually doing, I think, in my opinion, a little bit more than KDB because KDB's in the minimum form right now. But Hazard, we knew this guy was finished. Like we were just hoping that maybe this World Cup might be saving grace because this is last World Cup. It really is. But man, it's just sad, man, because player like Hazard, man, like the referee, they don't protect players like that, man. It's crazy. It's just like, for example, like Neymar is already the most foul player at the World Cup already, and Hazard, I saw the stats on Twitter. Him and Neymar are the most foul player in this generation. Maybe that's why the ankles, like referee just don't protect players like that. It is what it is. But man, you gotta love ballers. Like you just do, man. Say what you want to say about Hazard. I know you guys gonna hate on him because it just makes you want to hate players, man. Especially Mbappe, man. The guy is a world-class player, but it just makes you hate on Mbappe for no reason.
But he has a World Cup at 19.
Yeah, but
he achieved dud.
But Hazard, man, the guy was a baller. I was hoping he balled at Real Madrid. I was hoping this season, but I mean, we still have a second half of the season to go because he did pick up the mic and say he's gonna help us out this season. He's gonna show us why.
And a red cup. He picked up a red cup as well.
Okay. Let me. So Rob, I know Rob is a more measured person with this. Also,
look at Rob picture. Zoom in on Rob picture.
Okay. So let me see. Hokage, talk to me about Hazard, man.
Listen, first in the De Bruyne, are we going to talk about what Vertonghen said in the De Bruyne section?
You get there.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yes. I just saw that. I was like, wow. Hazard, listen, it's hard to just blame Hazard or like say he's washed when this whole Belgium team is kind of washed. I honestly think they should have – Canada outplayed them if we're being honest, right? They made a mistake on one over-the-top ball, and Batshuayi, credit to him, he finished it. But really, they got outplayed by Canada, and they got murked today. De Bruyne has been useless. Hazard, I don't know, man. Hazard, I did not expect his career to, like, just, go off like this because everything I always knew about Hazard when he was at Chelsea was this guy feels no pressure. This guy doesn't need to train. That's why I thought.
Speak on that.
That's why I thought him going to Real. I never thought him going to Real Madrid would ruin him. I know it's injuries and stuff, but even when he plays, he looks like he has like the weight of the world on his shoulders. But that wasn't Hazard at Chelsea. Like I saw this interview with Joe Cole. Joe Cole said when he was playing at Lille, Hazard would literally just be like chewing his gum and listening to music, not warming up, and he'd go and be man of the match in the Champions League for Lille like 10 years ago as a youngster. That's Hazard's quality. And he's lost it. And it's probably because of the injuries, because when you get injuries like that, if you keep getting injuries recurring like that, you lose your athleticism, you lose that speed, and you don't get to train as often, you lose the technique that you sharpened for years. And I just think that's the case. Maybe him moving somewhere would be beneficial to him. I just think new starts typically are healthy for players and they're able to start fresh. But yeah, man, it's kind of sad to see. And I don't want to hit. I want to see him do well because he's not old. Like he's 30, right? He could still get there, but he just isn't showing any signs. That's like the issue. Like there's no signs of like the old Hazard. You know what I mean? It's
wait. How old is he?
He's like 30, right? Or am I mistaken?
31.
31. Okay. Well, I don't know, but he's just not showing any signs. It is kind of sad.
31. Damn.
I don't want to go to RDS.
You better come to me last because I have at least 3 or 4 receipts loaded.
Yeah, I've got a
okay. Can I just ask you guys are just really sad.
There's a documentary lined up, so just build up for it.
Build up to us.
You've got to disappoint yourself.
Gatlock, Hazard.
Oh,
and keep it brief, look, guys. Anybody that spends 2 ages, I'll just cut your mic, man. So keep it brief. So make your 30 seconds count. Go for it.
It's sad that the guy declined. Let's be honest. Maybe the Real Madrid badge was too heavy for him, probably. But it's sad. That's all I can say. He was a baller in his heyday. Sadly, he doesn't have a champ. Okay, well, he has a champ. Actually, we don't really count that Champions League. So. Look, it's sad. That's all I can say. He was a baller, and he declined at 28 or something, which is quite sad because there was a certain analyst who hyped up his move to Real Madrid and said this guy was going to.
Yeah, after he was the best player at the World Cup. Yeah,
that he was going to lead them to.
It was Madrid, by the way.
And exactly, I mean, his mates are balling to 37. This guy is 31 and is already declining. And well, is the only Hazard we're talking about of Belgium in who? Because I want to roast Belgium.
Oh no trouble. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm done with Hazard.
Jamal, talk to me. Hazard.
You know what, man? I'm happy.
Wow.
I'm happy this is happening in HH because this is the only guy who literally used to come to Anfield and actually he scored about 3 solo goals at Anfield. I wouldn't lie. I was scared of this guy when he was in the prime. This guy, it had the season when they turned on Mourinho. He did absolutely nothing that season, and he come in Anfield and score one of the best goals I ever seen now. So I'm happy this guy is going through his time now. It is because this is what happens, man. Because everyone said it. Eto said it. Eto was doing an interview when he said this guy literally, he don't know what the gym is. The guy never goes to the gym. This is what happens before a game. You eat chili fries, you eat hamburgers, you don't have a diet, and you have a dad bod. This guy has a baby. And this is what happens, man, because that's age. It catches up to you. It's fine when you can do this when you're 24, 25. When you're going into the 20s, bro, it shows. So yeah, man, this is all on Hazard, man. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Can I land before Red Dead and my bad? What is it? Red Devil and your boy YSK land. So let me land.
Okay, go.
Let me land HH. It's I kind of find it ironic that a guy who has an appetite for food doesn't have an appetite for the game. It's kind of funny because this World Cup was supposed to be his. I mean,
stop it. No, it was 2018.
No.
And he did what he did in 2018. 2022, this team was washed up over the hill. Well, except for a certain guy who is supposed to be the best midfielder in the world. But we'll get there. There we go.
Let me land.
Was he coming in here as the best midfielder in the world? Yes or no?
No.
No. Answer my question. I ask you a question. Was he coming into this World Cup as the best midfielder in the world? Yes or no?
You've seen at Real Madrid the magic he's capable of. He did a backflip against Sevilla. That was so impressive. Eche, he scored a long range against the mighty La Liga side. And this was his first season at Real Madrid as a youngster. Remember, you told me he's 18, 19. So for him to say that he's lost appetite, I'm starting to worry about his future in football. Well, he's only 19.
No, Zeman.
That's crazy.
Zeman, as I said again, it's over. It's finished. I'm here to admit it's over, Zeman. It's over. It is what it is. It's over. And it's one of the saddest stories in football because we all know how good he was. You can lie. For me, forget me. I know that you hate him because of me and so forth, because I make you hate these kinds of players. Just ignore me. Put me to one side. We football fans have lost out on Hazard.
No. Hazard. No, it's not the World Cup where you could say we lost out on Hazard. It's ever since post 2019, this man has been on a downward spiral, bro. He came to Real Madrid being overweight, and he thought it was acceptable. He didn't, and then throughout his Real Madrid spell, which it just shows he hasn't done that much. Like, and this is a guy who's supposed to be that guy. Remember, Zidane wanted that guy originally. Remember that. Do you remember the transfer flirting between Real Madrid and him when he was at Chelsea, saying, "Oh, I might go. I'll go this season," and then not going? It's like he used to do that every single summer, bro. It's kind of disrespectful to Chelsea. I mean, you guys rave about what Lukaku did, but Hazard was kind of doing the same thing. But nonetheless, this guy made his move and he didn't do anything with it, man. And this is a guy, HH. It's not even in the World Cup. He hasn't dropped us a UCL performance that
you're going there. You're going there.
Okay, thank you.
This guy, what's the difference between him and Aguero?
Zeman, you've had the match
for 3,000 years. Let him land. No, let him land.
There's a difference.
Land.
No. Actually, you're right.
He's going deep.
He's ahead of Aguero because he delivered in the Europa League. I completely forgot about that.
Oh my days.
So I respect him for that. But let's be honest, bro. Hazard, man, as talented as he is, and I do think he's extremely talented, bro, he won't be remembered. HH. The new kids are talking about Mount.
Yes, he will.
No.
Wait, let him land. Let him land.
Let him land.
Zeman, the new kids.
No one cares about your views, Zeman. All because you said he won't be remembered.
Wait, let him land.
You're just some random intentional opinion that no one cares about. Hazard will be remembered. He's one of the best players in the Premier League.
Can you land his point?
Chelsea fans, the Chelsea
I know, cool.
Can he land his points?
He can't.
Let's keep it real, HH. Let's keep it real, right? The Chelsea fans remember Mason Mount for his contribution to the UCL final. They'll remember Kyle Havertz, a guy who hasn't won that.
Is that a yellow, HH?
Can I go before my Can I just go before you? Just.
I vouch for that. So my vouching ticket is on the line because I believe Zad is that dude, and now for Zad, you could now go to prove yourself now because now there's nowhere to hide. I can give you no excuses now because the excuses were always real. Everything because you are. I told you. That's why I tweeted out. No excuses. You are now fully exposed out in the open. You're fully exposed out in the open. There is nowhere for you to hide. Nowhere for you to hide. And I don't want to hear the excuse of an injury. For me, all I care about is that have you or have you not? I don't care about. Oh, well,
and then he has already.
What is this receipt?
It's important. He did in 2018. He already proved himself in 2018.
He didn't win the World Cup in 2018.
Okay. So HH, let me respond to that. I respond to.
No. You actually can't respond to it because.
Let me ask you a question. Let me respond to that. One second.
And this is the debate of De Bruyne versus Hazard. Now, if you are influenced by the media hype, then of course you will say, "Oh, of course it must be Hazard." But
wait, hold on, no, Aris, no, don't do that, no, you can't do that, Aris, no, you can't do that, Aris, you can't do that, no, you can't, Aris, you can't do that, Aris, you can't do that, Aris, you can't do that, no.
I never heard this receipt.
No, you can't do that, you can't, no, nope. This is now a dictatorship.
No. You're
not going to mess with my agenda. Here's the thing right there. No, I don't. No, okay. Let me say this now. This is a dictatorship. If you have anything to say about Hazard, say now. Anything to do with De Bruyne, I will not allow it because I am here to slate that fraud.
That's fine. You can slate the fraud, but the point is the streets need to have context.
No, they don't.
And the streets need to know.
This is a dictatorship. No, they don't.
Yeah, they need to know that.
This is so sad, bro.
In the future,
this is so sad.
It's really sad.
Actually,
no. You guys, you guys are so like you guys are doing the most, man. You guys are really taking the piss, bro.
It's keeping it real that unfortunately, change. Like it's. You said these things.
Hazard has already proven himself.
No. What I'm
trying like Zeman saying that he'll be forgotten. That's
why I'm trying to bring this up is that it's almost like in Lion King, right? We have like the circle of life, right? Where things come kind of full circle.
The circle of life.
Exactly, Yasir. You started with your Hazard love with like Hazard was a fraud. Hazard isn't good as Sanchez. Hazard can't even lace.
Was that before?
Let me finish.
No. You can't. You can't finish. Was that before? No.
Yeah.
Was that before or after the 2018 World Cup? Yes or no?
Well, it was before, of course. The point is.
So what are you on about?
The point is like you hyped him, and it's come round. You said he was a fraud at the beginning, and he's now a fraud now. Like it's all come full circle. The point is, at some point, you realize that this guy, this Hazard guy, had the potential in him to be a fraud, and he ended up ultimately being a fraud in the end. He didn't. If he was such a good player as you said, he would have had the longevity, he had the ability to continue to perform at the highest level. He went to Madrid.
What was Ronaldinho's longevity?
Don't do that. Don't put Ronaldinho in the same class as Hazard. Don't do that.
Okay, so you're saying that Ronaldinho and Hazard in the same class?
Yeah.
I just said what. No. That's what I said. I just made a statement. So no. Your friend of I just made a statement. I just said is Ronaldinho known for his longevity or his impact during
he was different.
So wait. Are we putting Dino and Zard in the same conversation?
That's what I'm really.
I didn't do that. All I said was this guy said longevity.
That's where we're going.
That's very concerning. Very concerning.
Dino was also known for his longevity. I am not putting Hazard and Dino in the same class now because Dino is his Dino. All I'm saying is don't use that bomber's longevity arguments for Hazard. And guys, here's the thing. He's finished, but let's not ignore what this guy did. Because because that's what it is.
You know,
all of you guys, for some strange reason,
Okay, go on.
Because of me, I think I blame myself.
Yeah.
You are a jinx.
Let me say this right now. If I didn't pump up Hazard the way it is and annoy people, because for some people just find it annoying how I pump up someone. Fair enough. But if I didn't do it, people would fully appreciate Hazard and they say, "Oh man, this is truly sad."
Yeah, for his level.
Because HH, you know you make a 45-minute documentary on this guy.
It shows how trash you guys are because you can't be objective.
No.
Be objective. Be objective and not use me into it.
I'll be objective. Two things. One, you said that KDB was better. That's the first. The second thing is no. Say no. You can't do that. Say the full thing. I said no. Hold on. No. I said KDB was better before the 2018 World Cup. I said Alexis Sanchez was better before the 2018 World Cup. Talk about the 2018 World Cup. So what
afterwards, bro?
So what? Okay, so given that Hazard is okay, what actually has Hazard actually achieved?
Can I respond? I'm allowed to respond.
Respond. Yeah, go on. Respond. What has Hazard achieved?
2018 World Cup. Okay, so okay. He was Belgium's best player.
Did they win the World Cup?
He was best player. Jamal, they didn't win the World Cup because of an industry plant. If that guy showed up, they'd have won it.
Same guy,
the only guy by himself carrying that freaking team.
The same guy to perform into the world.
Can I?
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, let me come to Wisegate. So Wisegate, then I'll come to you. Yes, yeah.
He's gonna jump on his seats.
Do you really want to go to Wisegate?
Do you know? No. Yes, do you know this is supposed to be a KDB cooking session? So we're actually running over time because I'm waiting for freaking KDB because this is our KDB. We shouldn't even be here this long. We're just about KDB.
Belgium, man.
But fair enough. No. And it's about freaking KDB because you can say all you want about Hazard. All of you guys who said about KDB, and you know what?
We'll get to KDB.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, bro. We're starting and we're cooking.
Okay.
We're cooking.
Wisegate.
I was gonna drop the Zard eulogy, but I think we owe him the end of the season for that to drop, because he did. I distinctly remember, and Wilton can back me up on this. I distinctly remember him holding up a red cup.
Yeah.
In that Madrid parade, which actually had nothing to do with it. I don't know why he was there. He actually had nothing to do with it whatsoever. And he took the mic off of Marcelo, and he announced he announced to everybody that how he was very sorry for the past how many seasons has he been there now?
3 seasons now, I guess.
Three and a half seasons. How he was extremely apologetic towards his obviously his situation with regards to his weight and the paella abuse, and then he said he'll be back. He said he'll show the best version of himself this season, and he'll give his all and whatever. Now there is something I do want to play, because I feel like this is Hangout. This is Hangout and Football Hut heritage. And I'll be doing it injustice if I don't play.
Let's hear it.
Future and my well-being will be at risk. I don't want it to come to this, man. But like. I put all my chips in Zad's destiny, man. I put everything in, man. And
what is this?
I was gonna ask that. What is this?
They've got to pull through. Please, country, dislike the vid, hates me, abuse me, insults me, call me this, call me bald. Yes, I'm going bald. Yes. Hair doesn't grow here. Yes, call me bald. Okay, LL, everything. The truth crushed the earth shall rise again. There is only so much you can do to put down the truth. Ogazad.
Now,
that was quality, by the way.
That
was quality.
Why would
the
you play that
heritage?
now?
Bro, when was that?
That is heritage.
Elijah, you don't want to know.
That right
Elijah,
there
it's
that-
called
that's-
the
That's
past.
football
It's called the
heart's
past.
heritage. That's
Football heart
football
heritage.
heart's
Yeah.
That was
OG
this-
stuff.
Whatever happened to Chief Ogre?
You guys
What
remember
happened to that?
There was almost a 60-minute documentary made on this guy
On the West Ham goal. That's when I started hating. Yeah. The West Ham goal.
Yeah, like I'm not regular people.
60 minutes.
Documentary was
60 minutes.
something.
It wasn't. It wasn't 60 minutes. It wasn't 60 minutes.
It was about an hour.
No, it was.
It was an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
No, that's it. It wasn't an hour and a half. No.
There was too much time dedicated to this guy on this channel for. But again, I'll leave the eulogy to the end of the season. I think he deserves that respect. There was also with that 60-minute documentary. Do you guys remember the Neymar head-to-head?
Yeah.
Yes.
The football battle. Now I got that stored as well, and I'll keep that for the eulogy.
Wait, oh God, what kind of eulogy is this going to be? I don't think I want to see this eulogy, man.
I'll send you some clips that I not play, man. So like,
send it through, man. Send it through.
I'll send them through.
Oh wait, so wait a minute. So we're not going to just play all of the good memories of Hazard, like sort of. Oh,
send it.
Man.
Send it.
The best
All right. Yeah, so you wanted to talk on this, man. Yeah, to talk to me, man.
I know YSK, RDS, Z, man, all them guys. You know, they did that thing about the whole Hazard thing, but I'm gonna be objective. Okay?
Thank you.
I'm gonna be
Thank you.
objective.
You actually objective? That's
No,
Thank
I
you.
will.
RDS, you've already spoken. Let's yes.
You know that's the problem when he says
Z-Man,
don't
can
be
you let the guy speak? Yes, be objective here, please.
The whole Hazard thing is absolutely sad. It's so sad.
Yes.
Like, it's actually like Hazard was once upon a time he was a gift to football. There's a few players that were as good as Hazard.
He was top 3 at his best. He was top 3 in the world.
I don't know about top 3, but I feel like in terms of like the natural ability, in terms of dribbling, like and in terms of how in terms of control of the ball, guys, like it was him and Messi, bro. It was 1 and 2. Like he was that good. He was that good. I mean, and if the period that he was at in Chelsea, he was arguably the best player for like the last 4 or 5 years straight.
One of the best players ever in
He
Premier
was the
history.
best player in the Premier League. So it's sad because I think was it John Terry or Frank Lampard who said something that was very damning about Hazard, and they said that Hazard is a player that doesn't train well.
Yeah,
they said that
too as well.
So they said like, I don't know who was it, but maybe it was Frank Lampard, but he said like Hazard used to show up to training like with his like he doesn't even have his laces, fully
yeah.
So it just shows you that it will eventually catch up to you. Sometimes it's like if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't
on that
the in terms of the physical aspect, if you don't, I feel like sometimes when you have that much talent, you kind of take it for granted. Yeah. And I feel like once he went to Real Madrid, everything just kind of like came back to him, and he started getting injured. He started putting on weight and everything. And once you go down that hill, it's hard to come back, HH.
All right.
And that's the honest truth.
Okay, wait, let me take some Dubinsky's, man. Shout to Stefan Mitrovic. Thank you for the Dubinsky. If Germany has a comfortable lead against Costa Rica, Spain could give Japan the win to knock out Germany and go through in second to the easier side of the draw. I told you, bro, that because if Spain wants to be really tricky, they could just be like, wait a minute, let's just try and go. So that is going to be some very weird stuff happening on Wednesday because I remember, I think it was the 04 Euros. Italy felt that I think it was Sweden and Denmark did something similar. They finished, they drew 2-2, and that was the only scoreline.
That's why they're playing the same time. Yeah,
they gave it away. Yeah.
Darth Pizza, thank you for the dub. Had Musiala chosen Nigeria, he wouldn't. I don't know why.
This is not your night, HH.
I don't know. Just like
Jamal, it hasn't been my night until the next topic.
The
next topic. Alhambra. There's a lot of developments ahead of Pedri, Musiala, and is Bellingham in this category? So far, those two are clear, but things change. You see, for me, look, I think because it's crazy what Gatlock said. Would Jude Bellingham be better in a different team? Because in England, you don't play football in England. You don't. England don't promote football.
I'll say this though. I feel like we need to stop comparing Pedri to everyone else. Let's just take Pedri out of the equation. I feel like he is just a different class to everyone else.
Musiala is also quality, but he plays a different role.
No, but I feel like Musiala, especially today in the final third, he needs developing.
Without he's 19. Without Musiala, what else to do? And also, you're playing against.
But compared to
Pedri is a central midfielder.
Yeah, he's a central midfielder.
So basically, what Musiala's job is a lot harder because you're trying to.
It goes on assist.
I want to stay harder because central midfield is the hardest.
No. Based on what Musiala has to do to look good, it is harder than what Pedri has to do to look good.
Musiala,
like, for Musiala to look good, you have to try and complete those dribbles, get shots off against a very tough pressing side like Spain.
But then also the decision making. My point is the decision making.
Pedri that will improve.
Yeah, but he will improve.
We'll get there. Yeah. Furious. KDB is a fraud. Final nail in the cup today. Furious, please. Furious, we're coming. We're coming. Musiala is not a midfielder, and it showed today. Yeah, he's an attacking midfielder. Women's goal thought. Thank you to Dubinsky. Problem with Hazard at his peak was he played well only when he wished to. This is true. Not passionate. He just happens to be a very talented player. Kama got him. This is 100,000% right.
And then to add to that,
and here's the thing: it is similar to Dino. It is somewhat similar to Dino.
He quit on Mourinho, by the way. That's the season that Mourinho got sacked. He quit on him.
Yeah, no. Hazard was how he felt. It was all about how he
very
felt.
Quickly, guys. Did you see Snyder? Very quickly, did you see Snyder, guys?
Jamal, let's not.
That's Hazard in the future, by the way.
Abrid's fair. Zidane stopped a Brazil 3-peat in his prime, while KDB in his prime is giving the reason why his team can't win the World Cup.
Don't do that, guys.
Messi and CR7 need a knockout. Abrid's fair. That is a perfect segue.
Forget Zidane,
it's
man.
A perfect. No. Shish, it's a perfect segue. Guys, I want to show you a little something.
He's been waiting for this.
Of course he has.
Before I give you the image, De Bruyne, what is he? The best midfielder in the world. He won the European awards as the top player. He is being touted as, that guy, one of the best players in the world. Now, I want you to go back. I hope I kept the receipts. Before the World Cup, I said that De Bruyne as the main guy for Belgium, they're not doing anything.
You said that.
That Belgium need Hazard at his best for them to do anything. Of course, every play is important, and it's a team game. But the real linchpin of this team is Hazard at his best. De Bruyne at his best. De Bruyne at his best in leading this team or anything. And I kept saying that this guy is a system player. He needs daddy. Without daddy, he can't dribble. He has no individual ability. And I put out a tweet, and I stand by it. Alphonso Davies is a better footballer than De Bruyne.
Yep. Wow.
Because you put Alphonso Davies, because what Alphonso Davies showed, what I've seen from Davies for Canada says yes. Because give Davies the ball, he's trying to engineer and make things happen. De Bruyne don't do that. De Bruyne, I don't know, what is the system? Are there guys I can pass to? Because I can only work if the players around me are working to me. You can't give the ball to De Bruyne and he's engineering things by himself. He's beating guys, getting past guys, and breaking the lines and actually creating space himself. He can't do that. Hence why you can only put him amongst a working system.
Worse than Davis, though? Worse than Davis? Really? I mean,
Davis is better, yes. No, really. What I saw Davis do in these two games for Canada.
As a footballer, Davis is clear. It's not
Davis is better. As a footballer, Davis is better. 100. What I saw this guy do for Canada against Belgium and Croatia.
He was hustling.
That's hustling. Now, guys, I want to show an image. So, guys, this is your best midfielder in the world, guys.
This is gonna get ugly,
guys. This is your best midfielder in the world.
Well, this cooker is gonna be sweet, man.
This is the best midfielder in the world. So let me get this straight. We know the issues with Hazard. He's out of form. He ain't what he is. People would argue that the most informed midfielder is De Bruyne right now for Man City. So right now, you are Belgium's most informed and best player. Currently on form, you are Belgium's main guy. So as Belgium's main guy and superstar, you're going into the World Cup and you're saying, what are the chances of you winning the World Cup? No chance, we're too old. I'm sorry. That has to be the biggest loserish mentality I've ever heard from anyone. This is peak loserdom. This is the mentality of a loser. I'm sorry, it's the mentality of a loser. Because you know what this shows? Even if you think it, keep it to yourself.
Yep.
Keep it private. Because, here's the thing. He can be right. No, sorry,
he is right. He is right.
Jamal, thank you. He is right. He is right. But you don't come out and say it.
You heard what Fortunga said about this.
Wait, I'm building up.
We're gonna cook.
I've got it, everything, bro. I've got everything. I've got the cook already. I've got it. So my thing is that you say this. First of all, so let's just you sound like a loser, and it is more egregious because you're the star of the freaking team. So to come out and say this in public is crazy. Now, let's build up. How do your teammates react to this? Because is this something that all of your team has sort of agreed that, yeah, man, we're too old? First of all, that would be crazy if you're going into the World Cup and everyone has said, hey, guys, we have no chance of winning this because we're too old. No. Because Zidane didn't think like that. Zidane was 34 going into the 06 World Cup. And it was like, I don't care how old I am. The fact I am here, I'm going to try and say what's up. For everything with my issue with Cristiano, me and Cristiano will never be PP friends. We'll never be PP friends. But one thing I'll give Cristiano is that he can be 50. If he's 50 years old in a competition, he believes that he can win it. So the once you are in a competition, you can't be saying this stuff in public. So I think that how would your teammates react? So Belgium lose tomorrow. Remember, this was before the Morocco game. And Belgium lose to Morocco. A horrible performance. Ziyech was amazing. Morocco outplayed them. And this was a quote from Vertonghen after the Morocco game. We probably attack badly too because we are too old, right?
So is he giving is that a dig to De Bruyne?
Yeah. That has to be.
It has to be.
It gets real.
No, because De Bruyne's quote was before the Morocco game, and he was in the mixed zone after the Morocco game. So 1000%, this was. So why this is crazy is if let's say that was said, then we're like, okay, cool. So I'm sure guys were like, that's a bit of a, because even when I saw the comments, like that's a bit of a weird comments to make.
Yeah, I said that.
So now you now see what happened against Morocco. Vertonghen guys will be like, now look,
Croatia
all right,
okay,
we lesson a few things, but Belgium were not horrible defensively. But I think they say, guys, what are you doing up top? And Vertonghen can say like, see, Vertonghen, I'm finished. I am way past my prime. You're in your prime. You're in your prime. So I'm sorry. In that game, we saw how many times you lost the ball, how many times you got dispossessed. So yes, we considered 2 goals. What did you do in attack? So we go back to Kevin De Bruyne. I don't want to hear any excuses and so forth. Hence why, because people will say, oh, the team is old. Look at how good they are, blah, blah, blah. And my response to that is Alphonso Davies. That's my response. My response is Alphonso Davies. It doesn't matter how old those guys are. They are much better than what Davies has to work with. And what Davies did in those 2 games says to me that, De Bruyne, you have no excuse. You have zero excuse for that garbage display in 2 games. De Bruyne has been garbage in both of those games. And and this is why I call him the industry plant. So we saw what Davies did in that first game. Yes, he missed the penalty. But Davies was the best player on that pitch in that game against Belgium. But they still gave the award to Kevin De Bruyne. Now the other game comes. Yes, they lose to an excellent Croatia side. Davies was amongst the best players on that pitch. And De Bruyne, you drop another disaster class. Guys, this is why I told that. He's always been an industry plant. And he has always relied upon and been protected by Pep. Pep made him. Okay? He is a system agent. So can you now see this guy for the true fraud that he is? Now, let's be clear. He is good. He has his uses, but he's always been overrated.
Was he better than JJ Kocher?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Look, stop it. No, it wasn't. Vilton, talk to me, Mark. KDB.
No, like KDB, like when he made that statement, I was like, bro, come on, because
It's
if
wild,
he was like the best player on that pitch, like let's say if he was like the best player on that pitch, Belgium lose. The game against Canada, obviously they won that game. If he was the best player on that pitch and Belgium somehow lost that game, right? Okay, you could put your head up high, but I still wouldn't go to the media and say that. But bro, like it's still your country. Like you can't just say we're too old. So what's the point of your fans going to the games?
Yeah, what's the point?
So what's the point of me traveling and going to a Belgium game? And one of the star, because he's the star now, because I mean Hazard fell off. Lukaku, I didn't think he was gonna play today because
he's not fully fit.
Sorry, back to our quotes. I feel that I'm just trying to do the math right now. I think Vertonghen found it insulting. And I think that De Bruyne was aiming it at guys like him. And so for the guys that were too old. So he was like, oh, you basically don't think that we're good enough because we're too old. So Vertonghen was like, okay, yeah, we're too old and everything, but I still find that insulting. But yo, boy in our prime. So we say, even if De Bruyne is not too old, that is sort of like, well, how good are you in attack? Yes, I know we're all old and everything, but you're in your prime. What are you doing? So yeah, continue.
My issue with KDB, right? I don't have an issue in his position in the world. I think he's the best in the world at the moment. But the issue I have with KDB is when the media, mostly the English media and his fans and the City fan, when they put him, check your DMs. Can you post the picture I send you? When they hype this guy up to this, we're gonna judge you based on that, because when you putting him in the conversation of Madrid, Iniesta,
yeah, but this guy's always troll.
Like that's why we're gonna criticize him, because I've never seen KDB ever in a big game, Champions League night, or any tournament for Belgium take the game by the scarf of the neck. I've never seen that ever, and this guy's supposed to be the best in that position. They tell me he's one of the best. He's better than Gerrard. He's better than Lampard. He's already a top 3 Premier League midfielder already, and the stuff that Gerrard and Lampard have done, KDB, you haven't done that yet. The Premier League. Manchester City, bro, they won what? They got 98 points, and you barely feature in that team, in that squad. So my thing is, he's a very limited player. I'll give him that. I'll say this. One thing he's very good at is his vision, right? He's passing, it's amazing. But he's just not my type of midfielder. He's not press resistance. He can't really dribble past 2-3 players like Modric can. He doesn't. And the funny thing, this is the biggest myth ever. I'm not even hating on KDB. I think he's world class for what he does for Pep. But this guy doesn't dictate any game. He doesn't. It's a myth. When people say he dictates game, he doesn't. I've never seen KDB ever dictate any game.
No. I mean, basically, he's like a front foot merchant.
He's attacking midfielder. 10.
Yes. So basically, like, it's like he's a useful player to have, but you can't build your team around him. He's good to be part of your team, but he's not a guy who you can really rely upon to help define your team. Let's be real. For a long time, what's defined City was David Silva. Now you could say it's Gundogan who helps really define how the team operates, and he just has his role. But I'm sorry, his performances in these 2 games have been atrocious.
He's just not an alpha HS, right? Because the way for example, he won man of the match. Why? Why did he win man of the match against Canada for? Because of his name, of his PR brand, of his brand.
Yes, PR.
He's just not an alpha. But when I see stuff on Twitter, people comparing him to Zidane, Modric, Iniesta, Xavi, Cruz, like, come on, bro. Like
wait. Was that quote after the game where he didn't know why he got man of the match? Was that
yeah, that's what he said. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
He said he did. Credit to him though. At least he knows he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, credit to him.
At least he said
that's wild though. So literally, that's I've heard a guy reading man of the match and it's like he felt he doesn't even deserve it.
Industry plan, bro.
Why escape, guys? That is the definition of an industry plan.
To be fair, Morata got man of the match against Spain versus Germany, which I know he scored the goal, but still, so.
Well, that was a good goal.
But my thing, though, for a guy to come out and say, "I didn't know why I even got this award,"
that's the industry plan.
That's the industry plan.
That's very damning on your reputation.
You guys on the panel can be judged of this. I swear, in those 2 games you guys saw against Canada and Morocco, I swear Hazard was better than him. Hazard is washed, and I think Hazard was better than KDB on that pitch. and KDB's in the form of his life right now, and Hazard is washed.
Let's see. That is because Hazard right now, he is finished and so forth. So if Hazard still did more in those 2 games than De Bruyne did.
I'm sorry,
I'm making
that statement. They better be cautious. They better be cautious because he's under the lights. There's clearly something wrong.
They're not going to be cautious.
Let me just round up. And also, it's just this golden generation. Honestly, as a football fan, I think it's kind of sad they never ever got to a final ever. Like it's just crazy. Like how talented they are. Not even make a final, bro. Like
I want to talk
even the Nation League final. But to be fair, it's just they give their golden generation to Roberto Martinez. Like
speak on him as well. He's not getting away.
Wait. Let's go. Let me bring in your boy Yes, then I'll come to you, Zeman, then Gatlock, and then Jamal. Yes,
KDB. I mean, it is like you said, an industry plan. Here's my issue. Here's my biggest issue. Okay. People say the argument people are gonna have is look at his team. His team is trash. They're old. Yada yada. I remember a Croatian side that was old, that was pretty much over the hill, and I remember what Luka Modric did in that Euros.
Yeah,
like guys, like we gotta be honest. We have to be really honest here, guys. Like, and I understand. And the thing is, sometimes I feel like the Premier League. This is a Premier League issue. This is like the English. The English they just have this overshadowing on football that is very is nauseating. It makes me want to vomit because it's like we have our best players, Kevin De Bruyne. We have to promote him to be the best player in the world. But in reality, it's just like you got to be honest. Like, and as much as we call this,
but yes, you see, the beauty about sports is PR doesn't work. See, PR works for movies. Like, bro, I can ask myself that: how the hell is a dude called Taylor Kitsch or freaking Ryan Reynolds? How does Ryan Reynolds have a career?
Mm-hmm.
But the PR will just say, no, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Hemsworth is a garbage actor. But because PR is just put that you're forced to do that, the beauty about sports is it's X's and O's. So you can have as much PR as you want. If you're not good enough, you will get exposed because a PR can't help you in a top tier football game.
You know what's funny, right? This quote, he said something similar, but in a different context. After the Lyon game, when they interviewed him,
I was going to speak about that.
Same thing happened. He's like, this happens every year. And I'm like, bro, you're part of this. you're involved. Like, imagine, like, and the thing is, like, for whatever reason, and he's always lucky because he's never injured. Have you ever noticed that? And the so-called big games that Manchester,
except for the CL final, he was injured.
Even then, he was playing for like 60 minutes. Jamal didn't do anything. So it's like at least other players they can say, "Oh, this player was injured. This player didn't. This happened." Nothing. Every time is for him. Is everything happens perfectly for him, and that's the issue I have with Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is he will perform well when everything is perfect, but when you rely on him, he is not reliable. No. You cannot rely on him to actually win you the game. So that's the honest truth.
Zima, talk to me.
Let's talk about this guy, right? The moment that one thing I like about midfielders is you're at the heart of the battle, right? You're the one that either dictates the game, you're the one that's responsible for how everything moves. You are number one in that midfield. Not only on top of that, you are the superstar. KDB, Hazard is gone. He's done for. This guy is finished as a player. He was a talented player. 2018, he showed up. And this is your moment, and you say this team is old. That's something you don't say. That's not a winning mentality. And here's the thing. It's not even like the comparisons between Xabi, Iniesta, Modric, Cruz, who's clear of him. I even take players like Rakitic is ahead of you. Fabregas, you're not even in that caliber to be talking like that. Like, you're supposed to be the guy that ends up being the superstar, regardless of what you think of your team. How do you think your team is going to perform when you're acting like this, expecting things to work? That's not your job. Your job is to make sure that everyone comes together and you put in a performance that's worthy of people. Backing your teammates, backing. And it just feels like this guy, bro, let's be honest, bro. This guy isn't press resistant. He doesn't tempo control. He can't dribble. He can't dribble. Let's be honest. He's an attacking mid Trent. If we're keeping it real, like he's an attacking mid Trent. That's all he is. Like this guy's very good when it comes to passing, but majority of his dribbling relies on acceleration.
Yeah, but basically a burst of space. Basically, he needs space to execute. But like, basically, inside spaces, like if you put two guys around him, he doesn't know what to do.
It's not only that. It's like I look at him, right? There was a game. There was a moment in a game that I really realized that this guy wasn't it last season. There was a moment that really highlighted it. Look at, even though he's not the most press resistant, this is wild. But look at Kondogbia for Atletico Madrid when he was facing this team. Kondogbia was more press resistant than KDB in that game. That was crazy. Kondogbia isn't an incredible footballer. He's not. He's a useful brick at best.
Yes, very useful brick.
But my thing is like, I just look at him and I say to myself, like listen, everyone has a moment where they have to step up and be a leader. And I just don't think this guy has any of that in him. I think
no. But here's my thing. Even before that quote, I was like, when the chips are down, De Bruyne is not really the guy you really look to. Specifically, if you want a guy to really try to achieve a dud in a difficult circumstance. Could people say, oh, what about his 4 goals against Wolves and everything? You're playing for freaking Man City. You're always going to have a really good chance to win a game if you're playing Man City in the freaking EPL.
This guy...
But my thing though is like, in a top game where you don't have all the $1 million guys and Pep system.
But what clutch moments have you seen for KDB for Man City in the Champions League?
No. In the Champions League, not many.
Wait, okay. Didn't he?
PSG,
wait, so
maybe?
That's UCL semi. Yeah, against PSG. I think
that's
maybe.
It.
Yeah, that's so. In
his UCL semi against PSG when they got to the final.
So in his 6-year sort of career, the only thing you can think about is
that was more Navas' mistake.
He's been in one of the best teams in the world for 6 years now.
My biggest takeaway is like, listen, man, I generally don't like midfielders like KDB because I don't think I think they're more attacking midfield, but I don't even think they're great midfielders, to be honest with you. Because I respect him for what he does. I think in a certain team he does well. I just don't think I just don't rate him like that when it comes to even big moments. I mean, this guy in the EPL, when your team wins an EPL by 90 plus points, like, come on, without you as well.
Yes.
What are you? And your Champions League instance, we could only name a handful of games where you've shown up. Like, well, what does that make you as a player, bro? This guy is an industry plant, bro. We need more cookout for this guy, man.
Okay, wait. I mean, let me come to Rob because Rob didn't speak in the last one. So Rob, talk to me. KDB.
Yes, I think that what he said wasn't very good or wasn't very smart. And he should have. Well, I think he is right because they're very old. Because they have in the starting 11 6 players above the age of 30.
But don't say it in public.
Yes, well, that's not very smart. But then again, most people already knew that before, even if he didn't say that. But I still think he's a great player. But he was terrible during this World Cup. He was really bad. But then again, everyone from Belgium was really bad. So it wasn't just him. Maybe he was one of the worst ones, of course, but he wasn't the worst one. Or he was. Everyone else was bad alongside with him.
Okay. Let me. Do you see? Is there any chance they can beat Croatia?
No.
Or even get a draw?
No.
They can get a draw.
No.
Jamal, can they get a draw?
Yes.
No, because it's Jamal. Here's my thing.
Wait, they need 3 points?
No. On paper, talent for talent, potentially. My thing is, this is my combo. After this whole Vertonghen De Bruyne thing, I think they have some serious eternal issues.
That's key.
Yes. Well,
and then combine that with what Croatia did to Canada was parental
ugly.
advisory.
I also
you're looking at a Croatian side who are very, and also for Croatia, you want to make sure that you just win this group.
Also, I think people were actually sitting on Morocco's draw against Croatia initially. I think people thought, that was just a fluke. But now you saw what they did against Belgium.
Morocco is good, man.
On as
no,
it's not
that,
a fluke.
that being said,
this round.
So can I speak on this very quickly?
Okay, let Rob.
Rob.
KDB though, like I mean, so you still believe he's a great player?
Yes, he has to be because he has 12 goals and assists in 14 games for City. He was only terrible in this World Cup for City. He has still been great, getting a lot of assists, getting a few goals. And he was also played out of position today on the right wing because he normally plays in the center as an attacking mid. So I think for City, he has still been great. He's still been a great player. But for this team, for Belgium, he has been terrible, but everyone has been terrible. And if they can beat Croatia, I think that will be very difficult because everyone has been bad for Belgium, and the replacement for those players to take their place are a lot worse than the players that have been playing. Like Eden Hazard, Torgan Hazard, the next best player are a lot worse than them. Like Doku, for example, is nowhere near ready yet. And then you have Batshuayi and Lukaku who have not been in good form, have not performed very well. So it's going to be very difficult, and I think the best they could hope for is a draw because they've all been in terrible form.
Okay.
Rob,
Jamal,
what happened
talk
to
to
Origi?
Wait, Jamal.
Yeah, man. I gotta say, HH, you're correct about KDB. It's facts. But I have to say this, HH. You know why Vertonghen take it personally? Because I was just checking. Vertonghen is 35. He's the oldest. The whole squad.
Okay.
So So maybe that's why. Because I was just checking. I really thought it was Witsel because Witsel was playing since 2010 as well. But he's 34. Vertonghen is 35. But AJ, man, I mean, I don't understand this KDB guy sometimes, man. Because he has been this. I'll say Batshuayi was the worst player on the pitch today, but KDB was second. And in the first game, he was the worst player. I mean, this is two stinkers he's dropped. He's been bad. His passing, which is normally on point, has been bad as well, man. But this golden generation, man, I mean, what can we say? Did these guys flop? Did these guys achieve what they supposed to do?
No.
Because they did come through in the World Cup.
No, but you know what it is? For me, I liken this to almost Netherlands. All because you have a golden generation doesn't mean you win. You have to have the mentality. And people feel
but
like
if the Netherlands won a Euro, though,
No. Okay, true. Well, okay, true. You can say the winners, but I'm talking about like that team between 98 to 2000 who got to the semis in 98 and who got to the semis in Euro 2000. That team was ridiculous.
But at least they get to the final, though. They didn't get to the final.
And last thing I want to say. The last thing I want to say is, and I'm going to put the heat on Martinez as well, because do what the Spain manager do. Carry some young blood into the team. I mean, guys like Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Witsel, Mertens, these guys shouldn't even be making the teams. You have Trossard on the bench. You have Tielemans. These guys,
that's crazy.
And you have Doku as well. I think he plays with it. Let some fresh young blood try, man. Even if they don't do anything, at least they have enough experience so they can go for 2026. But why are you still playing Witsel? I mean, what's the point? So yeah, man. I just want to say that.
But just even to Jamal's point, I don't feel that it was this great disappointment that this golden generation failed. Because my thing though is having a golden generation is one thing. You have to have the mentality and the character. This Belgian team, they have no character. And they just have no mentality. And it was proven by De Bruyne's comments and so forth. As opposed to that Spain team, they had a strong character and a strong winning mentality. So having the talents, that's only 50% of the job. The other 50% is that, do you have the will to win? And these guys just proved that they never really had the will or the character to win.
HH, can I slander KDB real quick? It
Very
has to be done.
Yeah.
First of all, he should be compared to Xavi and Iniesta, not just because he's got nowhere near their ability, but he's not really a central midfielder. He's usually played either right wing or attacking midfielder. So people on Twitter, they'll compare him to Zidane. They'll compare him to even guys like Riquelme and Kaká. And to be honest, he's nowhere near these guys. I'd pick peak Ozil over him, to be honest.
Oh yes, I would 100%, 100%.
And so who here said midfield Trent? Was it Z-Man?
Yeah.
I think so, right?
Z-Man.
You know, that actually lit a bulb in my head. I know exactly the player to compare him to, actually, David Beckham. When you really deep it.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes
because
sense.
Beckham was a good passer and an amazing crosser and a good shooter, but he had no technique on the ball whatsoever.
None at all.
But so in the Premier League, Beckham would get a lot of goals and assists, right?
No, but the slight difference is De Bruyne has a burst of speed and acceleration.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, Beckham has
more
none of
speed.
that.
It's like Beck's couldn't. But here's the thing, though. Beck's is the best crosser of all time. In terms of cross accuracy, he is the most accurate crosser the game has ever seen.
I also think Beck's had a better big game mentality than KDB does.
Yes.
He wasn't someone who would just give up randomly.
It's like that game against Greece.
Yeah,
For
that
England,
free kick, yeah,
De Bruyne could never do.
And also the two crosses in the 1999 final.
Speak on it.
Okay,
Yes,
calm down.
relax, just yes.
Calm down.
You're not
Yeah,
gassing
see.
him right now. Come on.
Yeah, calm down.
I think that's the similarity. Both are like really good crossers, passers, shooters, but no technique. And I think so in the Premier League, right? In the Premier League, when you're playing for Fergie's Man United or Pep's Man City, and you're better than everyone else, right? You're going to get a lot of goals and assists. But in the big international tournaments, you're going to get found out because you're just too limited. And like I even watched France versus Belgium 2018 a few weeks ago. Actually, I watched the game, and like all the Belgian players, right? So you had Witsel, you had Fellaini there, you had all of them, even the fullbacks like Chadley. They all looked when they were behind. When they were drawing, but when they went behind, they were all looking for Hazard. Where is Hazard? We need to get the ball to Hazard. It's the only way we're going to do something here. And KDB was mostly ignored. He had very, very few touches. The few he did, he messed it up. And I think that really shows the difference between a baller and, I guess, an industry plant, or I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay, let me come to your boy RDS, then Gato, then come to Elijah. RDS.
I mean, what can mean? Obviously, I'm not going to play the receipt where you actually put.
RDS.
What's that? Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Actually, sorry guys. I actually don't know where that come from. I was like, what is that? It's actually, I've got your Twitch channel in the background, so it's actually playing an ad from one of your videos. That's why. It was weird.
Okay, gotta make that money, man.
Anyway, forget it. Okay,
you have to play the rewind because ads will usually mess shit up, man.
Wait. Just go. Just go.
KDB. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I think the key. I'm not going to stand in to say that KDB isn't talented. KDB isn't a good player, and I agree with what Undisputed said in terms of his ability. So I think it'd be disingenuous to say that this guy is a fraud. He doesn't have ability. He doesn't have any technique, and we do have to focus on the fact that Martinez is arguably a Latino Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I would argue maybe even worse.
Leave Ole alone, guys. Guys, leave him alone. He's coaching his child's team, man.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't he get relegated? Wigan.
Yes. He did. I mean, just there is an element where you're like, okay, this guy is just here because he wants to have a good time. I think is Martinez. Like he's here for. He's not really here to win. He's here to just kind of
for vibes, huh?
just
vibes in the shot lot.
Taking the game.
He's here for like a holiday to Qatar. Oh, I've never been to Qatar before. Because like even when Belgium are losing, like he has the same expression and so forth. Like he's just we're losing. Yep. So
like Martinez's career peaked when he won the FA Cup for Wigan. I think that was the highlight moment. After that, it's like I've done dud in football. What else do I need to achieve? What else do I need to do?
This guy's highlights is an FA Cup win with Wigan.
Yeah. It was against City, to be fair. It was a big win. So, but I mean, it's so you do have to put. I think, and I don't think KDB rates Martinez. I get the impression that it's whatever. But as I said, was it on Friday? I think when you said which teams have been disappointing, and you I think came to me and I was like, Belgium, even though they beat Canada they've been so disappointed with the way they played, and this proved today, like Morocco, or maybe we slept on Morocco because again they actually held a draw to Croatia. So was it that Belgium were so bad, or that Morocco actually like
no, but no. Give Morocco credits. They've been doing well. No, Belgium are bad.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
Okay.
They're really bad.
Belgium made Hakim Ziyech look good, bro.
Yeah. Belgium. Well, I mean, Hakim Ziyech is actually having a decent tournament, to be fair. So, but anyway, regardless.
Where is Ziyech from again?
I think he plays for Chelsea Football Club. Similar to Christian Pulisic.
Belgium have no chance against Croatia.
No. There's I actually see because I mean,
RDS Croatia beat Japan. You never know, bro. You never know. That's what I'm saying, man.
Wait, is it Croatia beats Japan? What?
Yeah, Croatia beat Japan, so you never know what could happen this tournament.
When did Croatia beat Japan?
When did the Croatia beat Japan?
No. Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Oh my God.
Wait. Let me.
Costa Rica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just hit you with this. Yeah.
Costa Rica. Okay. Hey, no one helped me out. That's horrible. You guys are horrible. I hate all you guys.
I was confused. Confused. No, what's this guy? But the thing is, it's not about because it's not about. Yes, in theory, Belgium can beat Croatia, but the thing is, this Belgian side just lacks chemistry, has to play like anything. Like Croatia, clearly, even though, and this is why KDB's comment angers me the most, because you're like, as I think Z-Man said, how old is Modric?
37. 36 or 37.
37. Modric was balling, bro.
You're telling me a 37-year-old Modric is... Do you think Modric will come out and be like, yeah, we can't really do anything?
No. Never. Please for Real Madrid.
No. Artist, my thing, though, is... you say... If it's me, you say comment like that, I say you should be thrown out of the competition. You should be thrown out. For me, then you basically you are literally here for vibes. You're actually not here to compete. Because if you're saying what's old, you just say, I'm not going to go for that 50-50. I'm not going to really exert myself, really.
I'm not saying Belgium have to play well, have to dominate and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but there has to be at least some. That's why I'm saying maybe some of this is on the coach, or maybe there's some internal thing I don't know. Because looking at this, there's no cohesiveness, there's no balance. They just look like they're just there because they were forced to go, but not actually because they actually want to actually win something. Croatia, that have players that, as you said, are actually older, and you've got a 37-year-old Modric, they look like they actually want to be there, that they want to win, that they want to play.
Perisic was balling today, man.
Yeah. So because of
that, I just want to say, go on.
So I'll just end them up. Because of that mentality, how can you not think that Croatia will, if anything, possibly because Croatia are probably the more talented of the group, this could be a lubrication. Hazard could be on a team that suffers a lubrication.
That's the thing. Martinez, don't let Hazard be part of this. Let KDB play the full 90. If this is to be a beat that, but artists, call me crazy, call me mad. Now I don't want to make myself look like a fool. I'm saying that this football is very unpredictable. I'm not saying this will happen. If we could have a situation where Belgium somehow beats Croatia.
Are you saying Hazard might turn up against?
No. Don't Hazard.
De Bruyne might.
Belgium. Remember, we all say, Costa Rica. Forget those guys. Japan will walk over them. We could have a situation. Here's the thing: the talent is still there. It is still there. So basically, Belgium beating Croatia isn't a crazy thing if we look at who Belgium have. Just that we're looking at this situation and they say it's very unlikely. But this has been such a weird tournament, such a weird World Cup with very weird shocks that. Yeah, maybe Belgium just decide somehow just to turn up and then they just beat Croatia. But here's the thing though, if they do come through, they're getting smoked in the next round.
Very quick.
That's the crazy part. Yeah, they go against Spain or Germany. They get smoked whoever they get.
If they play either Spain or Germany,
even if Japan get through, I think Japan would beat them.
Yeah, Japan will beat them.
Very quick statement,
Yeah, Jamal, go for it.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think that's why his girl went and go with Courtois and leave them.
Okay. All right. Elijah, could you just pick up the mic real quick?
Can you guys hear me?
There's a lot of background in the thing, so I'm not sure we can hear you very well. But if the background noise gets too much, yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. For me, it's not really more about KDB.
Okay, that's a bit too close. I cannot hear like you spitting into the mic. So put the mic a bit away. Yeah, good. That's fine. Yeah, cool. Go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, for me, it's more instead of like slandering KDB, it's more slandering Belgium as a whole. Out of the 26 guys, they only have 6 players that are under the age of 25. Everybody else, over 15 of those players are past the age of 30. You can go look it up right now. It's ridiculous. The problem with Belgium is they don't develop well. They have these strands where they do well in certain tournaments and they don't know how to replenish. And then when shit hits the fan, they start to blame each other, or instead of blaming, just blame the system. The system's not working anymore. Me personally, there wasn't really a golden generation with Belgium. There never was, because if you're not winning anything, how can you be considered a golden generation? It's the same thing with England. The England squad of 98 to 2007.
But at least
somehow.
So I was going to say,
hold on. We called them the golden generation, but how far did England really go?
Yeah, okay.
See,
because Chile won the Copa America
exactly.
Twice. Yeah.
The same thing with Chile.
Yeah.
Well, no, not the same. Yeah. And then, so the problem with Belgium is Belgium doesn't know how to replenish its players. So it's rinse, wash, and repeat. That's the thing that's hurting Belgium. This is not the first time, I'm sure, that someone has said something. This is the first time that something's been said that's been brought to light. But I'm sure that there's been cracks in the team for a while.
Oh, for sure.
So the thing is, now that the cracks are starting to show, it's going to then show onto the field. For me personally, I think KDB is okay. He's a solid player. I'm not gonna beat him up too much, not just because he plays for Man City and stuff like that. But I think for me, these guys are past their peak. See, it's the same thing with Hazard. I think Hazard does not have the hunger or the thirst to be better.
The desire. And I think that's because that's always been my problem with the Netherlands. But I think Belgium also. Holland, it's always been like they all the times the world, but without the character and the drive and the desire,
exactly,
it doesn't mean anything. And I think with this Belgian side, they've always been riding with their talent. And that's why they lost to France. Lost to France because France wanted it more. Belgium wanted
not only that, so I'm Congolese, and we know that Belgium colonized the Congo.
Yeah,
a lot of the Congolese players who left Congo and went to Belgium would end up playing for the national team.
Yeah.
How many players on that Belgium roster are from the Congo?
A lot.
Yeah, Lukaku.
But Lukaku, only Lukaku's on this team. So that pipeline they've already lost the African pipeline straight away. Because as you could tell, like guys like we have another guy, another Trossard.
Is that Doku? Is he from Congolese descent to Doku?
I think Doku is not, but I'm gonna check. But you can tell that pipeline's already been cut off. So one, you're not replenishing. You've lost your African pipeline, and then another thing is just Belgium as a whole. Their football is just not stable. For this is maybe right now in their leagues alone, they're going to restructure their leagues for next year. This is maybe like the 6th time they've done that in 15 years. So there's no stability from top to bottom, and then now it's affecting the national team. So this is nothing new.
Let me get some Dubinsky's. So the truth sets the hope on fire. Okay, no chance. I'm too old. HH 2022 bedroom highlights. Okay, you know what?
That's harsh. That's harsh.
Thank you. You want to know this interesting stats though about Belgium?
What's the stats, man?
From 1990, right? From 1990 till now, the team that always eliminated Brazil always makes the World Cup final. Guess who's the only country that didn't make the World Cup final and eliminated Brazil? Belgium.
Oh, Belgium. Oh yeah. That's cool. Okay, Furious. HH, speak on the City players flopping. Pep tax. Gundogan hasn't flopped. Gundogan has been one of Germany's better players.
Hasn't flopped. He's been okay.
He says flopping. Okay, He's not flopped.
But it's true though.
And also, let's be real.
Cancelo.
When Germany brought
Marcelo's been a flop.
but also listen, when they brought off Gundogan in the Japan game, Japan won.
Actually, John Stones has been okay for England. He's
Oh,
been all right.
Rodri too. Rodri as a centre back.
And Rodri's been okay.
I don't watch Switzerland's game. Kanji good.
I don't think he's good. I don't know, bro.
What is okay? No. Okay, what did Cameroon do?
Actually, Julian Alvarez was
Brazil
for Argentina. He was
basically put it this way.
Yeah,
remember, some guys haven't played two games, so we're gonna see Portugal with Bernardo Silva. And Bruno and see this don't be the real test because you now have them playing against Uruguay. So let's not see how they do. Yeah.
You realize it's like 8 days of the World Cup or 9 days. No, 8 days, and we're already approaching the end of round 2.
How do you mean? As in, like, it's two? No, bro. It's 4 games every freaking day.
It's crazy.
It's madness. No.
There's a lot of games I haven't watched.
It's 4 games every day. And you know, the only time where we have like a day break is when we get to the quarters. So
round of 16
literally
starts this Saturday.
Round of 16 starts the very next day after. It is. I told you. I don't even the days are blurring for me. I don't. The days are just blurring for me. Like I don't even know. I'm like, okay, let's see. Okay, boom. Thumbnail, post match, thumbnail. Oh, next game. Post match, thumbnail. Oh, next game.
Wake up. Has anybody noticed this guy's stuff?
Let me see. I sleep. I wake up. Oh my gosh, game. Post match. Boom. Oh, next game. The turnover is ridiculous.
HS videos are a lot shorter than 2018.
No, this
like
is
the guys is like under 5 minutes.
They have to be, bro.
No, this is the shortest World Cup ever in history. It's only 28 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. But you know what? Basically, here's the thing. Because I mean, because it does. But my thing is that it's Christmas, and guys want to give guys at least a week leading up to Christmas. This November it doesn't work. Like this should be the last thing. This November thing it doesn't work. So Qatar, we did it. Thank you, everything. This I felt it. I'm sorry. Thank you for Qatar. Thank you.
It's just like the games are like this though. Like the issue I have is I watch a game. And I'm like, I just want to take a break. I can't.
There's no. Yes, you don't understand. Because you just watch the game. After I watch the game, I have to record the post game, and I have to now do the thumbnail, and I have to upload, put the tags. As soon as I'm doing, so we have 5 minutes before the next game to go through everything.
It's only an hour break between.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you eat food?
No, I don't. Yes, yeah. The days are blurring. I don't even know I don't even know what today is. The day has been blurring ahead. Wing, Yech and Sick, man of the match. Mount fraud. Allah exposed. Oh wow, damn. Okay, Allah. All right. And Furious. HH, understand your World Cup ideology. World Cup is the truth. The World Cup will always separate the elites
100%.
from the riffraff.
100%.
KDB has 0 ball retention. He has no business being in the midfield battle. Pep knows this and moves him out wide to spam crosses because he's not that dude. Hence why he has Gundogan and Rodri in the middle of the pitch to dictate play. Pep knows what he's doing. MK, you forget his impact at Wolfsburg respecting. Okay, shout outs for Wolfsburg and so forth. But what has he done for freaking Belgium? We're talking about him at Belgium. He ain't it, bro. He ain't it. And it's a good thing that Chelsea let him go. Well, you know. Fabregas is so clear of LDB, it's not even close. Now, you see, here's the thing. Let me be fair. Fabregas is a CM. So it's different. It's different. But who would I rather have in my team? I'd rather have
Fabregas
in my
was
team.
also a false 9 as well in the World Cup. So, yeah.
Bro, my homie Rakitic is clear of LDB. Clear. KDB reminds me of Messi. Can't win with less.
Whoa.
Fact.
Whoa. Hey,
no, don't do
that. Respect Messi.
That's why you're on the Monday Hangout, bro.
No, Wing. Yeah, that's why you're on Mondays, man. Jess, Spain gave their golden generation to a La Liga winner, 2 times UCL winner. Belgium gave it to a dude battling relegation with Viva. But number one, guys.
He won an FA.
No.
He won the FA Cup and got relegated.
Wait, guys. FA Cup Wigan. Can we now finally put to rest that this FIFA ranking was always a piece of crap? Belgium are second.
It didn't make sense.
Not really.
Belgium are second.
The worst part is about this FIFA ranking. Sorry, the worst part about this FIFA ranking is that it actually matters for group seeding.
Exactly.
Group seeding. Like,
exactly.
It's fraudulent and it matters.
But actually, that's the point. If you want the quote unquote big nations to have a higher FIFA ranking, so they get easier groups. That's the whole point.
He said that. See, I say
the number one team.
These guys are just
the number one team has never won the World Cup.
They get screwed. Africa, Asia always get screwed. That's the
I told you, You see, let me not go into political and about Europe and colonization. Man, that's just screw, man. But it's fair. Nainggolan wasn't called up in 2018 because of tactics. No, that was wild, bro. They needed him.
Nainggolan was crazy though.
Nainggolan was and also he had a really good. That was when Roma got to the semis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where they beat Liverpool in the semis. That was crazy, bro. Shout out to your boy Adam, man. Thank you for the Dubinsky, man. It's sad if you're a midfielder and the only good thing someone defending you can say is look at his goals and assists. I'm praying for the future of football because these PMP metrics have invaded it. Here's my thing. This is why. Thank you for the job, Adams. It's important for Argentina or Brazil to win this, or I'll even say someone like a France, because I think that we need to have a balance in football. It's good to have teams and systems. We have to have those individuals. Like for me, in a weird world, imagine if Mbappe was to win the World Cup, going crazy. That would be amazing, but it's not going to happen. So the next best thing is
Brazil.
Look, as I said again, Cristiano doesn't know how to play football. Put it to one side. If Messi or Neymar can lead their guys to a WC, I'm like, hey guys, at least let us try and champion the individuals and the stars and everything, because I think like before this era, bro, before social media and so forth, you had to use the eye test. So it wasn't about goals and because remember, assists is the most fakest stat, because my thing is that an assist could be is Enzo's goal for Argentina. That counts as a Messi assist. How is that an assist by Messi? He just gave me a simple pass, and he had to pretty much bend this round guy so far. So how does Messi get credited with an assist? For me, an assist is a through ball.
It's not even that. It's the false narrative that chance creation means that you're a great playmaker. Like that's not a quote. Like if you actually use the eye test, you'd be like creating space, generating space makes you a great playmaker. How do you dribble in tight spaces? How are you able to create space for your teammates?
You have to look beyond the numbers.
That's not the assist of playmaking.
And guys will try and champion it's like guys who say, how can you say Cristiano is not creative? Look at his assists. I'm like, so we're not saying that Cristiano is as creative as a Messi because Cristiano has loads of assists. My thing is that we have to use the eye test. Because when you now look at the eye test, you say, well, this stuff that you're creating.
Mbappe a good playmaker, though? I wouldn't say Mbappe.
I've never called Mbappe a playmaker. Never.
By the way, about that Enzo thing, can I just say if Scaloni starts the Paul over Enzo in the next game, I will strangle someone.
He won't. Alhambra, they don't respect Martinez. For Vertonghen and KDB to have a public spat means he has no control.
That's what I was thinking.
They'd rather down's. You know
exactly.
what? 1,000%. This is.
But actually, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse.
No. Yes, I'm not saying it's
that's a valid point. That's a valid
I'm
point.
not saying. Yes, just very carefully here. There is no excuse. They deserve to be slated and abused. But all I'm saying is that it's all effed up. They don't respect him. They've downed tools. They don't care. Therefore, this just vibes.
Can I say this?
It's blame both ways. It's blame for Martinez for losing control, but also forget about Martinez. You're representing your country.
That's what I'm saying. If think of the Belgian fans that have actually traveled to Qatar. If this is actually true, then the Belgium FA and the players, via their wages or whatever, should pay for every single.
They should. Yes.
Exactly. Ideas.
Absolutely.
Guys, here's the issue. The World Cup is every 4 years. Like this is people don't understand this. Like 4 years is a long time. A lot will change in 4 years. Bro, this probably like the last World Cup a lot of these players are gonna have. You're telling me you can't put your self-ego and your and this nonsense behind you and actually perform in the World Cup for your probably your last World Cup.
Okay, so before we go, because they've just come in very briefly. So
hold on.
Well, Gato, what's that?
Now I want to go on this.
Okay, be really brief because I need to be really brief and then context there.
Okay, guys, peace.
Peace out. Okay, really brief, Gato, go for it.
No, but this Belgium team, one of the reasons why I didn't even respect them was I think it was in July or June after the season ended, and De Bruyne said that they don't care about the Nations League. Don't get me wrong, I know the Nations League, but bro, you're Belgium. What other competition do you think you can really? That they didn't take that competition seriously. Bro, you're not going to win the World Cup and you're not going to win the Euros. That's the closest thing you're ever going to win for your country. And for you to not take... France can say they can't take it seriously. Germany can say they can't take it seriously. big countries like that can say, you've not won anything. And that's the thing about when, and Hazard saying that the guy is not the same as it was before. Look, this old Belgian squad, man, coming into this World Cup, I know I didn't take them seriously, and it's mainly for this stuff. De Bruyne, like he really should have done better, but we all know he's a great player. And for this Belgium, let's be honest, they're not doing anything. I'll be surprised if they get past the round of 16.
Zed, talk to me about Belgium. Thoughts on Belgium, Zed.
Hey, Belgium. I mean, what can you say? Old team. I'm actually kind of surprised how bad they are. To be honest, it's a big surprise. But anyway, and my main thing was about De Bruyne. I think I wanted to provide a dissenting opinion on De Bruyne slander. Like you said something on the stream about De Bruyne is not as good as Alphonso Davies or something like that. Like,
no, he isn't. No,
come on, man. Like, come on.
I say Alphonso Davies is a better footballer than De Bruyne. De Bruyne needs a system to operate in. You can give Davies the ball in any kind of situation, and he's going to try and actually affect the game. For De Bruyne, he can't. He needs to be in the right situation to pick it up because De Bruyne isn't press resistant.
I admit
he's a better dribbler.
He can't dribble.
I admit De Bruyne was bad in the game. It was surprising for me. And I think there is some validity to the idea that he's a system merchant. But I think being reliant on a system doesn't necessarily mean you're worse. Actually,
no.
It just means
you're good, but
if
you are basically you are limited as a player, so you have limited use.
You're limited, but De Bruyne's peak, if he's in the right system, is better than Alphonso Davies.
I know, true, but that's irrelevant because no. True, you're right, but that's irrelevant because I will give you kudos if in any given situation you can affect the game. If you need the stars to line up for you to be amazing, I don't give you as much credit. Suleiman, talk to us. Take us out of here. De Bruyne and Belgium, take us out of here.
So starting off with like Belgium in general, bro. Like I feel like this story of Belgium is pretty sad. Not only this World Cup, but for like the past decade, because they've entrusted their like golden generation with like a former like Wigan manager, bro. So, I mean, you're kind of asking for trouble if you do that.
FA Cup tax, man.
Yeah, and as for De Bruyne, I mean, so this is basically De Bruyne's peak. This is peak. He's performing superbly in the Premier League. Yeah, he looks worse than finished Hazard. That's quite enough compliment.
Nah. Hazard was worse.
No, he wasn't. De Bruyne was
not today, bro. Today Hazard was better.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like Belgium, they should have lost to Canada. Like if Canada took their chances,
they should.
Like, we would have even had this conversation about like Belgium, like maybe qualifying for the round of 16. They probably would have been out by now. But I mean, I think the squad is like there's a lot of like they don't really respect Martinez, man. They don't respect him, and I mean, if they make it to the round of 16, who are they going to face in the round of 16?
So if they get to you said Belgium.
Yeah, if they finish like second, who would they face?
Wait, who's in Belgium's group?
Croatia.
So they get Spain. If Spain top their group,
bro, Spain are going to touch them, bro. Spain will touch them.
Spain, Germany, or Japan.
Well, most likely Spain. Yeah. All right, guys. Look, man, it's been so guys. Remember, Monday nights we're obviously going to do a live show reviewing the games, and there's a members hangout on Monday. Members hangout on Monday will be after the live show, and so forth. So I'll see you guys Monday nights on the members hangout and the live hangout. Peace out.
Peace out, bro.